team just knocking on the door for NFC supremacy.
Probably me.
As the Vikings look to become part of the elite, Jim Mora and the Saints are looking to gain respectability. It has been a struggle as the Saints continue to search for an identity. But hopefully, the smiles will return once again from their win 2 weeks ago. While in Minnesota, Dennis Green hopes to keep the beat going strong. Welcome to the Upper Midwest, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Today we're inside the Metrodome. And Fox Television Sports welcomes you to the National Football League game between the 3-5 New Orleans Saints and the first place 6-2 Minnesota Vikings. Hi everyone, Kevin Harlan alongside Jerry Glanville. The Vikings 6-2. And Jerry, as you take a look at the landscape of the best teams in the NFL, where do the Vikings fit in? How good is this team?
The Vikings on defense may be the best team in the National Football League. With their defensive line, they get after the quarterback, but the linebackers stop the run. They're #1 in the National Football League with these linebackers filling. But their coach, their head coach, says the greatest improvement is on offense, and part of that is Warren Moon, their new quarterback.
New quarterback in Minnesota, Warren Moon. New quarterback in New Orleans. That's Jimmy Everett. Now, they think at 3-5 they are a realistic playoff team. How realistic is that?
Their best chance is their head coach, Jim Mora. Jim Mora has that spirit inside of him. He will not give up. He makes his team believe. It permeates through the squad. They have a chance to win. If you believe that George Foreman is the heavyweight champion of the world, then you believe the Saints can have a knockout today in the fourth quarter.
No rope-a-dope here, folks. It's the Vikings and the New Orleans Saints. Fox NFL Sunday will continue after these messages from your local Fox station. Minneapolis, Minnesota. With Jerry Glanville, Kevin Harlan. The Saints have won the opening toss of the coin, so Claude Reves will be kicking off for Minnesota. And one of the most feared return men in the National Football League, Tyrone Hughes, is deep back for the New Orleans Saints at about the 1. A couple weeks ago, he set or tied 4 NFL records with his return yards against the Los Angeles Rams. Reves is coming off a 5 field goal performance against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And Hughes will be the man. Jerry, he could hold the key to the Saints today.
For them to beat the Vikings, he has to make a big contribution.
We are underway from downtown Minneapolis. Derek Ned. And it's a loose ball, and the Vikings will not get it. New Orleans at their own 31. Their quarterback, Jim Everett, better than expected. He has carried the offense 4th in NFC passing, 31 years old. He comes from the Los Angeles Rams. On the line, watch Rofe, as good as there is. Cooper with his 43rd start. Dombrowski, Ulenek, and Port. The wide receiver combination of Early and Michael Haynes, the 3rd best in the NFL. Brown and Neal in the backfield. The tight end is the pass-catching Irv Smith. It is 1st down and 10 for the New Orleans Saints at their own 31. Walls the tight end in motion. And Everett has got his receiver, Quinn Early, right onto the ball, and he drops the ball. He trapped it. Incomplete pass. A little bit low. Now for the Vikings, led by that man, Jack Del Rio. John Randall on the line leads the NFL in sacks. Thomas right in back of him, flanked by Harrison Barker. The linebacking core, the only unchanged area from a year ago, McDaniel, Del Rio, and Jenkins. McDaniel leads them in tackles. And the 2 cornerbacks, Washington and Parker, have been the focal point of this defense because they're brand new. Scott and Glenn round out the secondary. And for the New Orleans Saints, it'll be 2nd down and 10. To Derek Brown. He moves a pile and picks up about 2 yards. It'll be 3rd and long. And now for the New Orleans Saints today, Jerry.
They started off with 2 plays with 2 different groups of personnel. The first play, they had the 2 tight ends. That time they had the 1 tight end. Sent him in motion against the 4-3. But it's hard to run on the Vikings. They're #1 against the rush. And this down, they'll have 3 wide receivers and 1 tight end in the ballgame.
And from the shotgun will be Jimmy Everett, 3rd down and 8. Vikings with 5-6 on the line. Here they come, Everett. Wide and incomplete to Torrance Small. And the Viking defense has now held the opponent without a first down on the opening drive in 8 of the last 9 games.
And a little bit out of character. They're sort of going to more man-to-man and more pressure defense. The first 3rd and long, they sent 6 people after the quarterback. If you go back to where the Vikings started at the year in Green Bay, as you remember, Kevin, they were all zone, all 4-man rush. They're coming with everybody on the first 3rd and long.
There's Eric Gulliford, 2nd-year wide receiver. Punting will be Barnhart, one of the top 4 punters in the NFC. End over end, not very long, and Gulliford will let it bounce. And it takes a great Saint bounce inside the 25. And down to the 23-yard line. That's a punt of 45 yards by Tommy Barnhart. Flag thrown on the play across the way at the 31-yard line. Referee today is Ed Hockley, who you see right there with the white hat on. By the way, the throwback uniforms were so much a part of the first half of the NFL season. Teams now can petition to wear those uniforms on occasion in the second half of the season, and you see the penalty is against Dennis Green's Minnesota Vikings.
How about the officials? Can they petition to wear the throwback official hats?
I think they're finished, unfortunately.
Finished for the year or just the uniforms?
Holding by the receiving team, post-possession foul during the kick. At number 34, half the distance to the goal, first down.
Warren Moon will turn 38 years old this month. He leads the NFC in passing yards. He has been a tremendous difference for this offense. Jerry said it in the open. The difference has definitely been Moon and the way he has now gotten in sync with the rest of this Viking offense. Minnesota will begin at their own 13, first down and 10 yards to go. Allen by himself in the backfield with a couple of tight ends. And a 34 defense for the Saints. Moon going right to work. That's dropped by the tight end, Andrew Jordan, a 6th-round pick. He is a rookie. Now the rest of the offensive line. No one on that line has missed a start this season. Stussey's the rookie. McDaniel is fast to guard, as you'll find. Christie, Daphne, and Chris Hinton. He's a good one at the right tackle. Chris Carter leads the NFC in receptions with 60 receptions, flanked by Jake Reed. Allen is the single back. Cooper and Jordan, who just dropped the pass from Moon, are the tight ends. It is 2nd down and 10 for the Minnesota Vikings. Moon may be checking off at the line. And he took too much time. Flag thrown on the play.
What happened that time is the Minnesota Vikings came with a different grouping of personnel. They had 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back.
Delay of game by the offense. 5-yard penalty. It remains 2nd down.
And the Saints came back and showed an 8-man front, so you could not run against that. So Warren was trying to audible out to the 3 deep secondary. He was trying to get a pass call on that.
2nd down and 15. 3 wide receivers, and the Saints counter with 5 defensive backs. And Moon to put it up. Tight end's got it. Adrian Cooper, acquired from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Gang tackle led by James Williams, the inside linebacker for New Orleans. Now let's take a look at their defense. It's the first 34 defense that the Vikings will face all season. Johnson, the rookie, Warren in the middle, and Martin is outside. Linebacking core, Tubbs will start for a 2nd time. Helps that run defense. Turnbull, Mills, and Darian Connor back 100% after the groin injury. Hughes, Buck, Lumpkin, and Spencer. 3/4 of that secondary brand new this season. Vikings now 3rd down and 7. And we are scoreless after 2 minutes. Warren Moon, he's got Carter. It's a first down for the Minnesota Vikings near the 40-yard line. What a catch by Chris Carter, his 71st reception of the season, 23-yard gain.
And he's their #1 man on third down conversions. What you have to do is stop Carter on third down if you're going to win. Good pressure here by Frank Warren. He rolls off inside and gets after the quarterback, but wide open against a 2-deep zone. Both safeties were too wide to help out.
First down and 10 for the Minnesota Vikings, just outside their own 40. And this is Terry Allen. Stacked up, gain of about a half yard. Sam Mills, who has led the Saints in tackles in every game but one, is there with the stop. Possible turnover right there. Do you know that the Vikings, Jerry, have committed 5 turnovers on the opening drive of the game this season? They rule it back to the Vikings, but it's something they got to be careful of.
They seem to be starting slow every game, but for the Saints fans, you saw why Winfred Tubbs is starting in there. He did not make the tackle, but he stuffed the blockers on the run and really forced the ball carrier to go back inside the Mills.
Tubbs, a third-round pick out of Texas. Third to make it second down and 9 for the Vikings. And again, Terry Allen. Oh, nice cutback. Allen's got some room. And he picks up 9. Othello Henderson, 7th-round pick this season ago. They're going to be just shy. Maybe by the nose of the football. Adrian Cooper was with the stop.
The 2 safeties are deep, so they only have a 7-man front for the run. So when the Vikings see a 7-man front, it's a cutback. There's not enough people to take all the lanes when you start one way and come the other against the 7-man front.
They're down at about a yard now. They've got McDaniel in the backfield leading Terry Allen. Blocked by McDaniel. Allen's got the first down. Crossing midfield, and a nice drive being put together here to open the game for the Minnesota Vikings. Allen is averaging almost 5 yards a carry. And one of the top 5 rushing backs in the National Football Conference. Vikings coming off a win last week down at Tampa Bay, 36-13. This is the first place team in the Central Division. And they got it 1st and 10 from midfield. Boone with pressure. He escapes 3 oncoming defenders before finally being ridden down by Winfred Tubbs, and no gain on the play. Moon was just lucky to get out of there.
He sure was. And true to the Saints, they want to play 2-deep zone. They want to play 2 deep and throw in a quick out. You can see the 2 deep. Here's the 2 safeties. Here's the corners. And these people can get underneath there. And you watch Warren. That's a great defense to run the ball against. But against the pass, they've got everything taken away. If he'd have thrown the out, it would have been picked off. Jimmy Spencer was all over the receiver.
8th play of the Minnesota Vikings drive, 2nd down and 10. And again, they remain at midfield. Scotty Graham, and a big hole, and a first down to the 39 of the New Orleans Saints. A pickup of 11. Tubbs wraps him up.
We had a draw play. They spread the field with 3 wideouts, get the first down, give it to Scotty Graham. Oh, reliable. Not their fastest, not their best back. A guy just muds up through there and gets yards.
You know, the success of that running game will definitely continue to take pressure off Warren Moon.
The running game is made. We said during the week he'll give Warren Moon 2-3 more years in the league if they can run the football like this.
Got double tight ends on a 1st and 10. They're coming at Moon. Over the head of Carter. Downfield as well. Jake Reed. Incomplete pass for Warren Moon.
Cover 2 deep. Safeties have half the field deep. All the corners, the 2 corners are sitting in the flat. Cover 2 is bothering Warren Moon. He had called a burst out. He wanted the wide receiver to come to the safety and then break to the sideline. He didn't do that. That's where the ball went there. But cover 2 zone, the corners in the flats are picking up everything coming short.
Reconstructed defense of the New Orleans Saints. Over half of the defense, new starters. 2nd down and 10. 10th play of the drive. Warren Moon. He's caught on the play. Chris Carter. And a first down to the New Orleans Saints 29-yard line, a pickup of 10.
Chris Carter's the man. He's the guy. He wants the ball every play. He's the guy that knows the assignment. Watch him in motion. He'll break to the diagonal, a little flat. They're not playing cover 2. They're playing man-to-man.
And what a catch.
It is. Anytime a guy goes in motion, you got man-to-man. You got to work to his outside if you're on defense, because 95% of the time, the receiver will break to the flat. He was trailing him. He's too far behind him.
Nice drive put together on the opening drive for the Vikings today. 3 tight ends for Minnesota with Allen in the backfield on 1st and 10. Play clock was at 0. Whether it was too much time, we'll have to get the word from the field.
Delay of game by the offense. 5-yard penalty. It remains first down.
With the 3 tight ends, the Saints countered, Kevin. They came back and built the 8-man front with just 1 man deep. So if they saw that, they could come back with that, maybe try to throw out that. They're not having success throwing against the cover 2.
Jerry, with all the new faces on that New Orleans defense, it's got to be hard to find that leader, but I guess Sam Mills would be the guy.
He's the guy. He's the vet that's been there for a long time, and they say Vince Buck in the secondary. They're talking to the corners. Vince Buck's the guy that tells everybody in the secondary where to line up.
1st and 15. Fumble by Allen. He recovers it, falls on it.
I saw pressure by Frank Warren, the old vet. Talking to him, you think about our new heavyweight champion of the world, and Frank said, people told me I was old. People said I'm old. I'm 35. He says, I went home and I felt old. I felt like I was old just sitting around. He says, I finally said, I'm not listening to anybody. I'm not going to play old. I'm going to play young.
Out of balance on this drive by the Minnesota Vikings.
5 runs and 5 passes.
And a sack of Moon. 2nd down and 17. No score midway through the first. No play action by Moon. Hit as he threw. Flag is thrown. Incomplete to Kadre Ismail.
The first dog that the Saints did. They brought a linebacker into Warren's face and played man-to-man bump and run. There's a flag probably with the blitz. Maybe we got to hold him, but I'm guessing on that.
Saints defense has been a strength of this team most of the season. They are number 10 in the NFL. And there is Ronaldo Turnbull, whose performance has not been up to the kind of money he's making. I mean, he's making some big-time dough.
Holding by the offense, number 73. The penalty is declined. Brings up 3rd down.
73 is the rookie from Cal, Todd Stussy.
There's a guy that wanted to play defense. You'll watch him here. He's down here at the bottom, 73. He's got his arm on him, He's stretching the jersey. You can't stretch the jersey, darling. You got to let the jersey go.
Now the Vikings hope to stretch that New Orleans defense on this 3rd and 17. He gets it off to Chris Carter. Carter gets inside the 35, near the 33. Wayne Martin was putting pressure on, and he makes the stop. And for Chris Carter, looking for his 2nd Pro Bowl appearance in as many years. Not enough for the first down, and the Vikings have got a punt.
Instant pressure by Wayne Martin. He didn't take the fake, the play action fake, the bootleg fake. He got upfield and was not going to let the quarterback get outside of him. Again, the Saints came back. Remember what cover 2 is. 2 safeties deep. Everybody else playing 5 zones short. That's what's hurting Minnesota right now. And that's the base defense for the Saints. They should not be surprised by that.
Mike Saxon to punt. Picked up just at the beginning of the season. Angling to the side, getting it away from Hughes and out of bounds inside the 20. Let's see where they mark it out. It was a good punt by Saxon. Anything inside the 20 would be. And at the 11-yard line. Out of bounds. No score, just starting here in Minneapolis. Minneapolis. Landscape of the downtown of this great city in the upper Midwest has changed over the last 10 years. We've got no score, no change in this game. Both teams have had it once and both teams have punted.
Both teams are playing hard. We got Bates in the ball game. He's been inserted as a running back.
2nd round pick out of Arizona State. They say, in the words of Jim Moore, he's the best, the biggest, the brightest, the fastest, and he's going to get a lot of work today.
He just quits fighting in them bars down at the French Quarter. He get to play more. He messed with the wrong guy, got his jaw broken.
He missed 5 games. But he's back now. And look where the Saints begin at their own 11-yard line. On the money to Quinn Early. And a gain of a couple yards. Rookie Dwayne Washington was there, number 20 for the Vikings.
Unusual for the Vikings. The Vikings came up and built an 8-man front, put a safety on the line, right with the linebackers, and that made it one-on-one outside, so that's why they threw that quick hitch, hoping that he could shake that guy off and catch a 2-yarder and go a long distance.
We're talking about Bates as a key for this offense of Jim Everett today. For the Vikings, the #1 rushing defense in the NFL.
60 yards a game is all they're giving up. That's pretty good defense.
2nd down and 6. The tight end in motion. Here comes Bates. Nowhere to go. Last week, the Buccaneers down in Tampa got 49 yards. This time on the first carry today, Bates gets nothing. Randall and Del Rio were there to stop him.
This is called a wham. A wham is when a tight end in motion or a back picks off. Watch this guy coming in motion. He's going to come in motion, and there he whams the tackle. He sort of sneaks up, the guard sets him up, and the man in motion whams on him. So that's our first wham for today.
Brown is in, Bates is gone. Jimmy Everett in the gun. 3rd down and 5. Good time. Good throw. Close to a first down.
Excellent pass protection. It's hard to sack this Saints team.
Quinn early with the reception.
I don't know if he got this one. They're going to call for a measurement, or they're going to call New York and find out what to do. Looks a little bit short.
It does indeed. By about a half yard, Jerry. They had to get to the 21. They're just outside their own 20. They'll measure nonetheless from the near side. The Saints can either go to 4-5 today or 3-6. It'll be difficult to make the playoffs at 3-6. And for Jim Moore, I think this game is everything for him.
Well, the positive is they're only 1 game behind Atlanta and play Atlanta next week for 2nd spot. So, you know, the 49ers are going on down the road, but you're 1 game behind Atlanta and got Atlanta the next week. Sell your team on. We can jump in the next 2 weeks. We can jump from nowhere right into 2nd place and be in the hunt.
You know, Jerry, he's reconstructing the team, too. He'll never say rebuild. He'll never say reconstruction, but that's what he's doing, and he's staying fairly competitive.
When you talk to this guy, you realize there's no give up. There's no excuses. All he does is say, hey, we should have 1 more games. We haven't. Call that coaching. Let's go play. And the bottom line is the way his staff coaches and the way he coaches, they win games they shouldn't even be in. But that's the tradition of the Saints, running, chasing, hitting, and playing hard. And long as Moore is down there, that'll continue to be that way.
2 possessions and 2 punts for the New Orleans Saints. Barnhart deep back. Eric Gulliford awaits back at the Viking 40-yard line. And this is a beauty. High and hanging.
Oh, man, pushed him in the back.
On the 28-yard line, Gulliford. There goes a flag, and Gulliford backpedaling to the 32. And the tackle made by J.J. McCluskey. 52-yard punt by Barnhart. Flag thrown, as we said, in a scoreless game late first quarter from Minneapolis. Saints won here last year, 17-14. Game-winning kick by Morton Anderson.
And they had a big punt return.
Yes,
they had a big return in the kick.
99 yards.
That's big enough, isn't it? 1 more yard. That's all you can get.
Well, Jerry, the Saints are coming off a bye. They were off last week. How did you like handling your teams in Houston and Atlanta with that bye, facing a good team like the Minnesota Vikings?
The only thing we probably did is we were 5-0 after the bye, because I thought, you know, the best thing you can do is rest your team.
By the receiving team, number 20.
I saw that.
It was a post-possession foul during the kick. It'll be enforced from the end of the kick, 10 yards, first down.
I love it when I see the same things officials do.
I take it that didn't happen very often when you were on the sideline. We have no score. Saints have punted twice, Vikings once. Vikings getting it for a 2nd time in Minneapolis. With guest star Meryl Streep, part of the full hour tonight, 8 Central. Right here on Fox. And the pitch out to Terry Allen. He didn't find much yard, and Jerry, not the best beginning field position for the Vikings today.
Field positions have been terrible. They started at the 13 and started at their 18. This time they've got 2 tight ends. He started here in motion, and he's going to come back, try to have an extra man for the toss, flip it out to the best back, put a hat on a hat. There's the gap. He cut her back. Should have kept going. That's an old should have right there.
He should have, could have, would have. He shouldn't have tripped over Chris Hinton, the right tackle.
Their right side is so big when they go over there. If we were outdoors, we'd tell you they're blocking out the sun. But that tight end and Chris Hinton, wow.
2nd down and 10. Moon. Oh, he's got Carter, and Carter's got some room. Chris Carter out by midfield to the 49 of the New Orleans Saints. Sean Lumpkin caught him in a pickup of 32 yards.
They're trying to pressure Warren Moon. So how do you pressure him? You send some linebackers after Warren Moon. This is the second time this game, Kevin, that they go after him. They've come from the quarterback's right side. We're going to blitz. Well, when you do that, you're man-to-man with just a free safety help. There he is. He's beating the man-to-man. Spencer. Now the free safety didn't help a whole lot. Thank gosh Lumpkin came over there. Free safety's got to help more than that.
First down and 10. And this is Terry Allen. And he spins his way to the 47-yard line, picking up a couple. Chopped down by Winfred Tubbs, making his second career start, the rookie.
There's your counter. They had two tight ends on the line of scrimmage. They usually go one way, Kevin, and then crank it back out of that. So they showed that, but it was a jab, and it was a misdirection. They came to the right, pulling the guard, pulling the tackle, everybody coming around the corner.
Jerry, the steadier Warren Moon gets, the better the Minnesota offense becomes.
And you said earlier, the better the running game, the better Warren is.
Yes.
It's all working together.
Second down and 8 from the 47 of New Orleans. Moon going deep, and he's got Reed inside the 10 of New Orleans. He caught it out of bounds. Juggling act by Reed. Wipe it away, incomplete.
The Saints went back to their base defense, which remember is cover 2. 2 deep safeties. But playing cover 2 versus a slot is dangerous. And the slot ran down after the safety, and he didn't roll over to help the corner.
We were told by the Vikings yesterday that the right side of their offensive line would be a key today. They need to have that thing, which has all new personnel, develop the right side of their line.
They got Daphne at 300, Chris Hinton at 300. They got a tight end as big as the building, and they want to run behind those 3 giant people.
Third down and 8 for Moon, and a first down try for Carter short. They came and closed in a hurry. Namely, Vince Buck, number 26, got on Carter, and he's short by about 1.5 yards. It'll be fourth down. What would you do this time of the game with this kind of position?
As good as your defense is, I think has to play with your decision. They're going to go ahead and punt it, but when you got a defense like the Vikings, I think you go ahead and try for it, but that's why I'm not coaching and he is. They're going to bring out the punter. Again, on third down, who are they going to go to? Going to go to Chris Carter, or they're going to go to Ishmael, and they stopped him on that one going to Chris Carter. They're the third down people.
That first punt by Saxon, a pooch punt and a good one, so don't be misled by the 22 yards. Tyrone Hughes is back. This one will have great hang time. And Hughes at the 11. The catch. And that's where the New Orleans Saints will begin their third possession. Both teams have had it twice. Both teams have punted. No score late in the game from the Metrodome. Saints offense so far.
They've had 6 plays and 11 yards, so they haven't done much yet. It's time to rear up and make something happen.
And again, they've got Bates in the backfield.
Bates is a full-speed runner. Full speed, no dodging. Feed him.
On the 12, first and 10. Everett to throw. He's got Bates. And Bates dances for about 1 yard to the 13-yard line. Whacked by Vince Glenn. He's had 3 interceptions in the last 4 games. Mario Bates, big and strong, but going into a defense, Jerry, that is as good as defense you're going to find against the rush in the NFL. Number 1.
Well, one reason they did that, they're not only very, very good, they built an 8-man front. They said, you're not running. You have to throw.
Jim Everett, second down and 9. 82 is Smith, the tight end. And this is Bates again. There he gets some yards. Carlos Jenkins takes him down, but not before getting to the 17-yard line. And a good one it was of about 6 yards.
When you play against a 4-3, the tight end in motion makes the line make adjustments. So they're going against a 4-3 team, and that's why you see all the tight end motion changes which is strength and which is weakness. They did a good job. That was against an 8-man front and ran up in there.
This quarter defense has been outstanding for the Vikings. So far, no points allowed today in the first quarter. We've got 28 seconds left in it. Vikings counter the 3 wide receivers, the 5 defensive backs. On the gun, Everett, third down and 4. Good time for Everett. And a completion to Quinn Early. Quinn Early has a first down to the 36-yard line. Good throw by Everett. Pickup of 18 on the play. That's the first down by the Saints this afternoon.
Jack Del Rio in there on 3rd and long. Sort of lets you know you're going to get zone defense. He's not going to be locked up man-to-man.
First quarter has come to a close here in Minneapolis. The coaches with the Saints and the Vikings battling here in downtown Minneapolis. When it's this cold, you'll do just about anything to stay warm.
That looked like you last night as I saw you trying to hail a cab.
No score. We begin the second quarter with Jerry Glanville, Kevin Harlan. Saints just got their first down of the game to the 35. Quick short pass. Michael Haynes. No gain. First catch today by Haynes, brought down by Anthony Parker, who has scored 3 defensive touchdowns in the last 3 games.
The personality of the Saints defense is changing. Here's the free safety, Vincey Glenn. He's going to walk up and he's going to dog and blitz, and now they're playing man-to-man. I think they're getting more confidence in their 2 new starting corners. But look at the team chase, run, and get out there. This is a good defensive football team. But their personality, Kevin, is changing a little bit.
Derek Brown in the backfield. And a quick strike. Caught by Haynes. Got it from Everett. First down, New Orleans Saints. 12-yard gain.
Michael Haynes on a quick slant. What protection. It's a quick throw. It's 1, 2, 3, pop. Let the ball come out. Watch the quarterback. He's going to run the slant. It's going 1, 2, bam. Watch the ball come out. There's not a lot of room. It's a good drop by the linebackers. He sticks it in there.
It's probably one way to beat this Viking defense.
Well, everybody knows it's too hard to run against, and you don't have time to hold the ball and throw deep because of the pass rush.
And the Saints, the worst rushing team in the NFL. 1st and 10. Mario Bates, they're giving him a lot of work as he climbs inside the 50. And he gets the yards down to the 48. Right now, for a McDonald's game break, let's return to James Brown in our Hollywood studio. James, good afternoon.
All right, Kevin, and good afternoon to you. Take a look at Joe Montana saying good afternoon. A 69-yard pass to Brent Jones. What a way to close out the first quarter at RFK. Jones eludes the would-be tackler. Touchdown, San Francisco, 10-0. Back to Kevin.
All right, James. Second down now for the New Orleans Saints. 6 to go. Again, the short drop back. Second receiver for Everett, and he's got Early. And he's long. Guarded by the rookie, Dwayne Washington. Incomplete. You know Everett is just cringing on that one. He had
a double pump. He thought the rookie would jump on the first pump, which he did, so he was wide open. The problem, watch him when you don't let the ball go out of your hand, you squeeze the ball for that pump, and now sometimes you're too tight on the ball for the next throw. Good protection again. There's the fake pump, corner jump, other side, but you got the ball so tight from not letting it out of your hand, you see a lot of bad passes after the pump.
Receivers have wanted to go deep all season. They haven't done much of it. Out from the gun, Everett. They're down in 6, 7th play of the Saints run. Good time again. Wesley Walls, it's picked off by Ed McDaniel. The first turnover today. Ed McDaniel gets it, the leading tackler of the defense, and the Vikings are sitting good.
The ball should have been caught. He was right on the marker for the first down. The Vikings were playing all zone, so when you juggle one in zone, there's people breaking on the ball. Good throw, a little bit behind him. He's juggling it. Here comes everybody on the run. A good grab by Ed McDaniel. We talked to Ed last night. Now, he is something special. Ed McDaniel out of Clemson. They told him when he was in high school, Kevin, he was too short for college. Only one college offered him a scholarship, and that was Clemson. Here he is, too short, playing pretty good.
The ball was intercepted, and then the player was touched down by contact back at the spot of the interception. First down.
McDaniel's first career interception, and for Jim Everett, the New Orleans quarterback, his first interception in over 2 games he has thrown for the New Orleans Saints. We're early in the second quarter. First big break goes to Ed McDaniel and the Minnesota Vikings.
going to have two guys on him. They're going to put these two. He is the Lone Ranger. He's no help, but that's not where Moon likes to go. Look at the double combination, and he's driving up underneath. Almost picks it off. Good job in a nickel situation. They're forcing the ball to go to a receiver that doesn't usually get it in a third down.
3 possessions, 3 punts by the Minnesota Vikings. This is Tyrone Hughes from the 11. Nice tackle on the play by Robert Griffith, the backup defensive back.
Tyrone Hughes is so dangerous that your kick coverage has to be one of the most important things you do today.
The first place Minnesota Vikings against the Saints. No score in the second quarter. The great indoors of the upper Midwest has not been kind so far to Jim Everett and the New Orleans Saints. Scoreless tie. Everett threw an interception last time out there. He begins again, and he doesn't begin with very good field position again.
Last 3 drives, he started at the 11, the 12, and the 13. It's a long field for both teams today.
Everett goes right to work. Quinn Early, first down catch, 35-yard line. That time he beat Anthony Parker. Gain of 22 yards on the strike. Saints have been impressive. Early today has been the main target of Everett. 4 catches for 47 yards.
He stuck that one right in there. Here's Stussy, the young offensive lineman. The coach hired, this is Keith Rowan, the offensive line coach, said he had to have a teacher, had to hire a new guy that could be enthusiastic with the young players. He's drawing a picture there. What you got to do as a rookie.
And around Tyrone Hughes. The starting quarterback, the kick and punt returner, takes it out to the 41-yard line and picks up about 7 yards on first down.
How quick is this guy? How'd you like to have a guy like this on your ball team?
I asked him how fast he was yesterday, and he said he thinks it's somewhere around 4.3 or less. And he's so good on the kick returns. He did play wingback as a sophomore and junior in college, so that was sort of like his old wingback plays at Nebraska.
And then broke a wrist, and they said he couldn't catch anymore. Would he like to play some defensive back? And Tom Osborne moved into defensive back. There's a second down and 3. And he's got Early again. And Early dances close to a first down at the 45. And Anthony Parker brought him down.
They're going at Parker.
Well, they're one-on-one. They're not playing as much zone, talking about the Vikings. And it's one-on-one. So what the Saints are trying to do is throw that little hitch and hope that he gets by one guy. They have enough speed then, Kevin. As you know, these are the 2 fastest wide receivers that have played against the Vikings. They have enough speed. If they get by one guy, they can take it the distance.
And they'll measure for the first down. And they got it.
Look at that camera
let's
work.
see. Hold on here.
Look at this camera work. Oh, they look
short. They stretch it out and they're short by just that much.
Look at that knot right there. They got a knot in the chain.
There's the second most tenured coach with one team in the National Football League behind Don Shula. It's Jim Mora. You know, Jim Everett is on a pace right now, Jerry, to throw for over 4,000 yards this season. Shades of his days in the 80s with the Los Angeles Rams.
But the yards are not as important as the wins. You'd rather be throwing for 150 yards than getting a win. You got to throw when it's to throw to win the game. Don't get all caught up with stats and yards and all that stuff. Look at W's and L's. You got to win the game.
Inches to go on third down for the New Orleans Saints in a scoreless ball game. Was there a fumble on the play? It was a big hit. Nonetheless, he did not get the first down. Jack Del Rio. Help from Roy Barker. I don't know if he's Cato from the Green Hornet or whatever, but he had a nice play, Roy Barker did.
Watch the motion. Remember, we were talking about a wham. He's going to motion and come in. He's going to wham a down lineman. Motion, wham. There's the wham in there, but the linebackers, everybody talks about the D-line. The linebackers step up in there. Jack Del Rio.
Gulliford from Barnhart. Eric Gulliford whacked and spun into the 32. And tackled on the play by Othello Henderson. That's a punt of 36 yards, a return of 12. Jack Del Rio has intercepted more passes than any linebacker in the NFL over the last 4 years. Second leading tackler on the Vikings. They're scoreless with New Orleans. Vinny on Fox Tuesday Night Movie, 8 o'clock, 7 Central. My cousin Jerry Glanville.
Oh, I love that movie. My two Utes.
This is Kevin Harlan. possession for the Vikings. First down and 10. Robert Smith, who Dennis Green told us yesterday is about as close to 100% as possible. Ronaldo Turnbull makes the stop. Vikings with their 4th possession, Jerry. In the previous 3, punt, and another punt.
That time they ran to the right behind those 3 giant people. Their head coach says they have to step up. Our right side has got to start dominating games. We have all that size, all those good players. And the back, cut her back. There was no hole.
Right side with Daphne, Hinton, and the tight end Cooper. 2nd down and 7. Outside, Robert Smith. Former Buckeye at Ohio State works his way to the 40, picks up 5, and is taken down by Jimmy Spencer and Darian Connor.
It looked like the back turned around and said, hello. He didn't realize the ball was going to be there.
Darian Connor, Jerry, has to be about as big a bargain in free agency in the NFL. Most of the season, he has led the NFL in sacks, and they got him for a measly $200,000 as a free agent.
And no repay. He went to them and said, please let me come out and try out for this team. Give me a chance to try to play. He was at home with no team.
Oh, now 3rd down and 2. He's got a receiver. He's got a first down. Caught by Jake Reed to the New Orleans 46. Gain of 14 on the play.
A play action pass trying to freeze any linebackers from getting underneath the play. He's going to go play action pass out here. The corner is so wide. He's going to come from the right of your screen. Play action fake. Throw this. The corner's got to come inside. You got to play inside to take that away.
First down and 10. Smith in the backfield. And Robert Smith gets the call. He's down to the 43. He busted a knee like Terry Allen did. There's the tackle made by Wayne Martin in the middle.
And Frank Warren swooping around the outside, helping out a little bit. Frank's 73's Frank. Come on, close, Frank. Whoa, good heavy hit. When he hits you, he's a big man. He's been that size since he was in high school. 290-pounder.
13 years in the NFL. Frank Warren. 2nd down and 8 for Warren Moon. 4-down lineman now for New Orleans. He's got it. Jake Reed. And Reed to the 38-yard line and a couple yards shy of a first down. Brought down by Tyrone Hughes in his 2nd career start today.
Warren Moon sees it's all man-to-man. There is no only deep guys is safety. It's man-to-man. He's got to take the inside cut, so the out cuts a break. It's an easy one. There's the corner inside. Throw the out. They're free snap reading it. You got to disguise the coverage. The quarterback is reading the mail of the New Orleans Saints.
Good looking drive engineered by Warren Moon. 3rd down and 2. And they're blitzing him. Incomplete. The blitz came up the middle from Othello Henderson. And the Vikings will have to punt again. 4 possessions and 4 punts.
3rd down and a couple. And the Saints have changed their personality this year also. And they're coming after Warren Moon. About the 3rd blitz we've seen out of him. And he's going to come. He's going to bring it. There he comes right up the A-gap. Warren's got to dish it out a little bit early and good coverage.
I like the Saints' defensive game plan today.
The one thing about the defense with the Saints, that's their tradition. That's everybody in New Orleans loves to watch them run, chase, and hit. That's what the Saints are all about.
Batted back in and out at the 3-yard line. What a great play by Minnesota's Robert Griffith, who knocked it in. Gullerpool downed it. But Griffith saved the ball on the punt of 35 yards.
Now that gives you some field position that is a nightmare. But defensively, with this defensive team putting the ball out, watch him. Great play.
There's no scoring between the Saints and the Minnesota Vikings. Kevin Harlan alongside Jerry Glanville. You surprised so far this deep into the 2nd quarter of play and no score?
Well, everybody knows about the Vikings defense. Everybody knows how they play. Not everybody knows about the Saints tradition. What Moore is all about. What their staff's all about. They're going to come play too. I'm thrilled to death. We're knocking each other around.
Playing some good football right now defensively, but look where the Saints begin now, Jerry, and this is where the Viking defense led by Jack Del Rio, can really make their mark.
He's calling the defense right now. 3 tight ends in the game for this situation, this formation.
First down and 10. On the handoff, slithering Mario Bates, and he takes it out to the 7. Well, here's our Aflac trivia question today. On Fox NFL Sunday, who holds the NFL record for most consecutive starts in a career? Good question.
For the whole National Football League? I don't know, but for the Vikings, it's McDaniel the guard.
Yeah.
He's got 86 of them.
He's
Randall
a good one.
McDaniel.
Now second down and 7. And again, Bates is with Everett in the backfield.
Still 3 tight ends.
Play action by Everett, and a good fake it was. The tight end, Wesley Walls. He's got a first down to the 17. The former backup to Brent Jones with San Francisco digs his way for 11 and a first down for New Orleans. Flag thrown on the play.
With
face mask against the Minnesota Vikings.
With the 3 tight ends in the back, they did the play action pass. They're trying to hit Michael Haynes for a 95-yarder. That goes the
Personal
distance.
foul, face mask by the defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
What they want to do was play action fake and get a touchdown, but these people combo him, don't allow it, so the quarterback looks around. This is a safety valve. He's not the main deal, and he puts it out to him. Then he runs hard. Tight end running hard after the catch.
Saints have not been penalized today. The Vikings, in contrast, 6 penalties.
Wesley Walls running hard there. He's also the guy that dropped that one and gave the Vikings good field position, but the defense rallied for him.
Dennis Green. First down and 10 for New Orleans. And they give it to Mario Bates, the rookie. Wrapped up by Ed McDaniel and James Harris. Jerry, we have not heard so much yet from Randall and Henry Thomas, the 2 biggest impact defensive players on one team in the NFL, but these guys can change a game.
They change a game when they're after your quarterback, and the linebackers play so well, it allows them to go after the quarterback on every single down. They never play the run because the linebackers feel so good. But when it's time to throw, they can pressure the quarterback. Surprisingly today, the Saints are pressuring the quarterback better than the Vikings so far.
Second down and 9. 81 is wide receiver Michael Haynes. Quinn Early underneath the coverage into the 44. Close to a first down for the New Orleans Saints. I like Everett throwing today. He's got a nice stroke.
What you're seeing is the ball's coming out so quick, Kevin. The reason you like him, he is not holding on that ball. If you got defensive tackles coming at you, watch how quickly the ball comes out. 1, 2, fire. Throw the inside slant. The tackles aren't off the line of scrimmage yet. When you play Minnesota, you don't want to hang on to the ball.
And Early is getting open.
6 out of 8 to Early. One thing, when he throws Early, Early catches it. About 75% of the time for the season, when you throw Early, he catches it. First down, Vikings.
Jim Everett, who lives in the offseason in Las Vegas, said the one thing that he worked on this past offseason were his abdominal muscles. And I thought that was somewhat surprising.
He said you torque the ball out with your stomach, and he got that idea from Randall Cunningham. I felt sorry for him when we talked to him about that because he owns 5 horses. If you own 5 horses, you got to make a lot of money because they eat while you're sleeping. Nobody should own 5 horses.
Trying to make hay right now, the New Orleans Saints on first down and 10. Everett being chased, but he's got time. He did have time. First sack today by the second-ranked sack defense in the NFL. Harris, Ashley, Shepard combined.
3 tight ends in the game. That's a rundown set. They're trying to go deep. They're wanting to throw to Michael Haynes. 1, 2, 3. They're going to do. Michael Haynes is way to the right of your screen. They're trying for a home run. Absolutely nobody is open. Nowhere to go. The tight end didn't come out this time for a safety valve, so your quarterback gets hit. They're trying to get a deep one, but the defense won't let him.
They get second down and 17 for the New Orleans Saints. Derek Brown has replaced Bates in the backfield. And Brown the call. And a second tackle today by Henry Thomas. We were just talking about the combination of John Randall, who leads the NFL in sacks, and Henry Thomas.
Penetration. You want to talk to Vikings, you got to talk penetration. He's going to rush the quarterback. This is a jab. These people are trying to pull. But penetration. Watch him come up through there. The tight end hits him in the back, and he's in the play. Wendell Walsh gives him a shove. Here come the Vikings penetrating upfield. That's what they're all about. 3rd and a mile, Kevin. We got a problem here offensively.
17 to go. Everett is in the gun. He's got to get to the 46 for a first down. He does not get it. He had to get to the Minnesota 46. He picks up 13. He'll be about 3 yards shy. Malik Boyd, who plays in the nickel, comes on in and gets him.
That time he held the ball. You hold the ball, the pressure, the rush gets to you. Quinn Early's got a block downfield when the quarterback's running, trying to save his life. Get a block, help the man out, Quinn.
In the Metrodome in a scoreless game, 2-minute warning. And punting now for a 4th time in 5 possessions, the 3-5 New Orleans Saints. Feeling their playoff hopes are very realistic. The Vikings defense and the Saints defense, though, have dictated the game so far against 2 of the more effective quarterbacks in the NFC. Barnhart to punt. Gulliford awaits back at the 10. And a great punt by Barnhart. High and hanging. Will it stay in? Will he bat it in? Volleyball it in? No. That was J.J. McCluskey, guy from Tennessee, walk-on, who just does nothing but make plays. 49-yard punt. 1:46 remaining in the first half. Vikings will get one more stab at it before the half. Scoreless right now with the Saints. Who holds the NFL record for most consecutive starts in an NFL career. Played right here with the Minnesota Vikings. The legendary Jim Marshall, 270 for 18 consecutive years. Not bad. Not bad at all. Well, the Vikings will have it 1st and 10 from their 20. Amp Lee is in the backfield, which means that Moon is going to throw. And he gets it off to Chris Carter. Carter's got a first down, and what a block thrown on the far side by Qadre Ismail that gave Carter another couple yards.
Qadre made the play. There was all zone. They let the man drag short underneath. He's wide open, and then the corner has to make the play. You'll see the corner to the right of your screen get blocked. Here comes the man running across. He's got the ball. Show him the block right there. Push the man out. You get the first down, get out of bounds.
And Moon and Carter have had a good day.
6 of 6 when Moon's looking for Carter.
Lee again in the backfield with a 1st and 10 for Warren Moon. He's got Ismail. First down, 49-yard line. Minnesota Vikings pickup of 11.
Welcome to Warren Moon. The game's not going anywhere. The defense is dominating. You get in 2 minutes and welcome Warren Moon. This is what he does. This is what he did in Texas.
Clock is going with 1:19. Moon on 1st and 10. Again. Intercepted on the play by Jimmy Spencer. He had 2 pickoffs the other day. 4th interception of the season right there. And Warren Moon has just thrown his 12th interception of the season.
What a great play. We were with Jimmy Spencer just last night, sitting and talking to him. He said, we're getting better. I'm getting better. I feel like I'm playing better. It'll be to your left. Warren guns the out. Steps right in front of it. Lumpkin was protecting the corner over the top. There's Warren. Oh, no!
The NFL high a season ago for interceptions, 24. Last year, Moon with Houston had 21. This year, he has 12. First down and Derek Brown in the backfield, and from the gun, Jimmy Everett. Right through the hands of wide receiver Torrance Small. 3rd wide receiver, 11 games a season ago. He's 3 years out of Alcorn State. Coming up at halftime, the Dockers halftime, James Brown and Terry Bradshaw, scores and highlights from a busy day in the NFL. Then Jerry Crunch Time. Great feature. You won't want to miss it. The Dockers halftime from Hollywood coming up right after our first half here in downtown Minneapolis.
Crunch Time's the best hits. There's some people just watch this game to see the best hits. They're all on TV today, all at one time.
Saints again from the gun. And a second down for Everett. Small is 83. Hit as he threw. Pass caught by Quinn Early. And that catch to the 46 is the deepest penetration today by the New Orleans Saints.
And that's pressure on the quarterback. Now, in a 2-minute situation, it's not 1-2 throw. You're hanging on the ball, and that's when this team can get after you.
Saints have 2 timeouts remaining, under a minute remaining in the first half of play for Minneapolis. The defensive battle, the Saints and the Vikings.
Got going on today as we got the underdog. We got a George Foreman looking for a knockout here.
3rd down and 4. Everett from the spread. He's got a receiver. And again, he's long from Michael Haynes. But Haynes may have been tied up on the sideline.
The defensive corner did a good job. Got his arm on him, pushed him, he shoved him out of there a little bit. You could see his right arm on him. Dwayne Washington really, I think, got away with one.
Vikings were favored over New Orleans by a touchdown and a field goal. So they were the deep underdog today.
And that's what we're talking about. The George Foreman wasn't supposed to win either. If the spirit's inside of you, and we know it's inside of this head coach, you never surrender. Oh, no, Rudy didn't get it.
J.J. McCluskey, 46-yard punt. That punt by Barnhart was sailing. I mean, sailing. So you're comparing the Saints to Foreman.
Absolutely.
Fat and pudgy, is that what you're saying about that team?
An underdog. Somebody doesn't have a chance in Vegas, but they don't believe it. They believe they got a shot. I love that J.J. He reminds me of that movie, Rudy. He's Rudy's Notre Dame. 5'7" out of Tennessee. Not good enough, not big enough, can't play, but a heart. Whatever he weighs, 180 pounds, it's all heart. He's trying to help his team today.
Saints have had it 6 times, punting 5 times, an interception. Vikings, this is their 6th possession in the previous 5, 4 punts, and Moon was picked off the last time he was out there. 43 seconds left in the half.
And Minnesota has their 3 timeouts.
Warren Moon with good time. And he's got Ampley, the former San Francisco 49er, for a first down to the 31-yard line. Tackled by Darian Connor and Sam Mills. Gain of 11 on the play.
They'll stay zone, and they'll let them throw it inside till they get around that 50-yard line. Then with the score 0-0, you got to treat the 35-yard line like it's the goal line. Don't let them try to get no field goal with the ball at the 35. So once we get to the 50, if we're on defense, we got to go play attack and play man. But right now we're soft zone, dump it inside, eat up your time and your timeouts.
This game is presented by authority of the National Football League. It is intended solely for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of these telecasts without the expressed written consent of the Minnesota Vikings and the National Football League is prohibited. With Jerry Glanville, Kevin Harlan, 35 seconds, second quarter. Defense has been the story. They've picked off Moon once, the Saints defense has, and Minnesota's defense has picked off Jim Everett once today. But right now you've got to say that New Orleans is playing a great game because of what they were going against, perhaps one of the 3 best teams in the National Football League in the Minnesota Vikings.
And Moore told us, he said, our team, the way we work and our spirit, we can play with anybody. He said, well, I'm not guaranteeing anything, but we will play hard and we'll get after him. And he was right on.
First down and 10. Warren Moon, Jake Reed. He's got one to beat, and he's going to go down. Oh, he's going to go! Jake Reed to the 8. Chased by Jones, and a big play before the half for the Minnesota Vikings.
Caught him in a 3-deep zone with the corner playing outside. The free safety had to help make that play. They got out of the 2 deep and went 3 deep. By 3 deep, there's only 1 safety in the post, and he has to help the slant, Kevin, from either side.
Jones has just picked up on waivers from Cleveland. That 59-yard reception, the career long for Jake Reed.
Here's the only man deep, Lumpkin. He's back in the post. Here comes the ball. Don't overrun it. Don't overrun it. He got inside of him. Great job here at chasing. That was a touchdown. 27 would not surrender. Jones.
And what about the timing of this, Jerry? Just before the half, 21 seconds remaining in it, and the Vikings come up with the biggest offensive play of the day.
That's Warren Moon. We said you get in the 2 minute. Now I know he threw an interception. It was a great play the last time by Jimmy Spencer, but he's dangerous in the 2 minute. He's dangerous because he can throw the ball through a car wash and not get it wet.
That was the longest pass play as a Viking and for the season for Warren Moon. First down and goal. The ball nudging its way inside the 10. Warren Moon. Chris Carter. Incomplete coverage by Vince Buck.
Vince Buck has a free safety in this nickel situation, does get locked up with the stars on the wide receivers. There he is with Carter. Usually you have a corner locked up like that, but with their substitutions, he's getting locked up with a big-time receiver.
That's the first time that Carter and Moon have not hooked up today. 7 times Moon has thrown to Carter. He's caught 6 of them. Second down goal. 17 seconds left. To put it up. He'll run it to the 3. Gain of 7. 9 seconds left. Timeout, Minnesota. That will be their last timeout.
When you play man-to-man and the quarterback escapes, there's air to run. They're going to play combination. These people here all have Carter. They're going to combination it, but there's nobody in zones when the quarterback gets through. There he goes. There's nobody around. Everybody's got to come off your man and make the tackle. Combination on the slot. Combination means inside, outside. There's 2 people on one guy. Now you run. They had good pressure.
The Vikings were looking at Scott Mitchell, who is a high-priced free agent coming from Miami. But when he wanted too much money, they went and traded for Warren Moon. Mitchell now struggles for Detroit. Moon is making things happen for Minnesota.
And you get a guy like Warren Moon for a 4th and a 7th, something like that. That's a great job by the organization. Now, Minnesota is out of timeouts. So if you run the ball, you're saying this is the last play of the half. If you want more than one play, you're going to have to throw it.
Good point. 9 seconds remaining. No timeouts for Minnesota. 3rd down and goal. To throw. He's got entry. Touchdown.
A back offset to the slot inside the 5. Everybody should be alert. It's a pick. Your outside backer has to cover the back, not the inside. We'll have to take a look at that. It looked like an illegal pick, which everybody should be alert by the formation.
Sacks in the hole for Reves. 7-0 Minnesota.
By everybody being alert, I used to preach to the officials, if we're inside the 10-yard line and there's a slot, here's a slot with the back offset. When this guy has the back, when they come in, do they hit him? Do they get in his way? There it is right there. Pick. Wake up, wake up, wake up, officials. That's the formation.
Ampley, couple of listless seasons with San Francisco. Picked up, free agent. Too expensive for 49ers, but he has had a nice effect for Warren Moon. Great 3rd down receiver. And for Sam Mills and the defense, it's got to be disheartening. Jerry, they played so well in the first half against an explosive offense.
Now there's their leader, Sam Mills. They got to get each other together now at halftime and convince each other not to surrender, which I don't think will be a problem with the Saints team. They won't surrender. They'll keep playing. But they played so well to have that happen to them with 9 seconds.
Well, it goes back to how many fingers do I have there, Jack? 2. Okay,
I would never ask Jack. We saw his eyes. That ain't from hitting. He's like that every game day.
Father of 3 daughters, Jack Del Rio. We asked him recently, what's it like? You play here in the NFL, banging heads all the time. You go home, and what's it like when you go home? He goes, it's rougher at home. He said, "Yeah, my daughters are climbing on me all the time." Well, if anybody can break it back open for the Saints, Jerry, it's Tyrone Hughes. But this thing is far from over because New Orleans has played a great first half. That momentum should carry into the second.
They won't let Tyrone touch the ball.
But they will let Ned pitch back to Hughes, who throws to Derek Brown.
Trying to keep it alive.
All right, we have ended the first half of play.
End of the half.
The Vikings with defense and the Saints with good defense too. But it was a big play by Warren Moon to Jake Reed of 59 yards that set things up and got 7 on Jim Moore's New Orleans Saints. The Vikings lead the NFC Central Division. They've won 4 consecutive games at home and 3 in a row on the road. The Saints come in with a record of 3-5. They feel their playoff hopes are very realistic, but a game today and a win against the Vikings meant a great deal. 2 of the great young quarterbacks, young in terms of New Orleans, and young with the respective teams they're with right now. Moon for Minnesota, Jimmy Everett for the New Orleans Saints, dueling in the first half. New quarterbacks to new teams and trying to find their niche. For the Saints, a big game, and for the Vikings, will this game solidify themselves in that upper echelon with Dallas and with San Francisco? They felt they should beat New Orleans today. Can they keep beating teams they should beat going in? That's the end of the first half with the score. Minnesota 7, New Orleans nothing. Stay tuned for the Dockers halftime as Fox NFL Sunday continues after these messages from your local station.
You got a guy that can escape and move around. You always have a chance.
And Jimmy Everett?
Not getting much yardage because you got to bring the ball out so quick with the rush. He's 11 out of 17, but only 90 yards because you got to go 1, 2, and throw. Get it out. That's why you see those kinds of stats.
Saints come in 3-5. Going to 4-5 would make their hopes of a playoff possibility a reality. For the Minnesota Vikings, they are 6-2. A first-place ball club in the Central Division, now being compared with Dallas and San Francisco. They need to beat the teams they should beat, and that's the way they felt about the New Orleans Saints. Our second half is underway. And this is Qadri Ismail from the 10. And he got a block. And he's got some room. We talk about Tyrone Hughes for New Orleans, but Qadri Ismail almost as explosive.
Has the speed. Dangerous people with that kind of speed.
Warren Moon throwing today to his Viking receivers and running backs.
7 out of 8 on the short ones, as you can see, for 61 yards. 5 out of 9 in the intermediate range. Then you get over the 20, 2 out of 4, and the big one, 1 out of 3 on the 20 yards and over.
And he's 6 of 8 to Carter today, his favorite receiver. Warren Moon, first down and 10. First play of the second half from the Viking 36. And this is Terry Allen. And he squirms his way to the 40 and picks up about 3.5 yards. And Darian Connors there to make the stop.
They made an investment in the offseason to go get a Chris Hinton. Somebody that's as good as anybody that plays tackle. What a great block he did that time on Wayne Martin.
We talked to the coach yesterday. He thought the development of the right side of the line, which includes right tackle Chris Hinton, would be key not only today but for the rest of the year.
The last half of the season, he wants his right side to step up and be something special.
Second down and 7 for Warren Moon. The tight end, Adrian Cooper, fumble recovered by the New Orleans Saints on the second turnover today. Lumpkin fell on the ball. He is going in just in case it was a live ball. They had blown it dead, but nonetheless he tried it. And for this New Orleans team, what happened 2 weeks ago with the Rams returning a punt 103 yards that was dead in the end zone and returned with everybody else kind of looking around, they now will not be caught flat-footed.
That may be a touchdown. They're going to play zone, and you're going to see a person come in here and everybody converge to it. They're in the zone where they're passing everything out. There's the ball. Everybody converge, play the funnel inside, outside. Nobody's touched him. Nobody has touched Lumpkin. He picked the ball up. Nobody put a hand on him.
65 reports to an eligible position.
The Saints' first half offense today.
There's big Adrian Cooper. There's the man. Put the helmet right on the ball. The ball's out. Now Lumpkin, 46, picks it up.
First down and 10 from the 48-yard line. Reverse. Big reverse. Everett's got time. And he's got a receiver. And again, he is short. That guy's long today. He just hasn't hit him. He's been long twice and short that time.
And he has a strong arm. In fact, I asked Michael Haynes, is his arm as strong as Chris Miller's? He said every bit. But he's not putting the ball out deep today. He had a man wide open on what's called a burst out. And as Michael Haynes coming inside, come from the right of your screen and back out, you can see him going right to the top. Way off, way off.
Interception 1 today by Jimmy Everett, the first in 71 passes in over 2 games. He's now got a second down and 10. Everett on the money. Michael Haynes, a catch and about a gain of 9 yards shy of the first down. Michael Haynes, he came from Atlanta.
And watch the protection. The Saints take pride on protecting the quarterback. Watch all these people. Here's the second best pass rushing team. Nobody near the quarterback. Little low ball. Michael Haynes, like you said, out of Atlanta. Big time football player with great speed. Played in the high school band in New Orleans. Did not play high school football.
Yeah, he's from New Orleans, Louisiana. Third down and 1 for Everett and the New Orleans offense with their best field position of the day. Everett early, first down to the 36, and now Everett to early, 8 of 10 today.
75% for the year.
That's something.
That's it. When they get hooked up and they throw, I'd have to try a game and just throw to him every down. Try the whole game if we're going to hit 75%.
Jerry, coming into today, Everett in the offense had gained 100 yards over the last 3, but today running has not been what they've done well.
Now, I think running the football against this team that gives up 60 yards per game for the season, it's tough to do.
Bates in the backfield. We expected a big game from him. Everett again looking deep, and this time he's got him. Touchdown, Michael Haynes. "34-yard touchdown pass throughout the week. The receivers had said throw deep, and today, baby, they are throwing deep.
And remember, we said the Vikings are changing their personality. This is an all-out blitz coming after the quarterback, leaving everybody man-to-man. Here's the George Foreman. Here's the right jab. Here she comes.
The counter.
Here's the counter. Here's the blitz going to come from down here at the bottom. They're bringing everybody. Here's the blitzer. It's man-to-man. Oh, the quarterback stayed in there strong and put it on the button.
That's an interesting thing you just said. Stayed in the pocket strong. He's not known for that.
He didn't quiver. He didn't shake. His feet didn't move. He got a little late cut on him at the end.
A 34-yard touchdown by Jim Everett. That is his 11th touchdown pass of the season.
And hit the fastest trumpet player in New Orleans band history right there.
Michael Haynes, his second touchdown catch as a Saint. Barnhart the hold, and Morton Anderson ties the game at 7 apiece. The Vikings, who were favored by a field goal and a touchdown, are now sitting a bit stunned as Michael Haynes hooks up with Jim Everett, and we're tied in Minneapolis. Logical lead going into halftime, scoring right before the half. Well, the Saints answered him, and it goes back, I got to believe, again to what you said at the top of our telecast. Jim Mora.
Jim Mora believes he's going to win every game, and that permeates to every player.
And the kickoff to Qadri Ismail from the 9. Nice coverage by the Saints. Should be noted that the Vikings and the Saints have 2 of the worst special teams in coverage in the NFL. If you're looking for action and adventure, turn to Fox this Friday night and meet a new breed of superhero. Manis, followed by the show USA Today calls thrilling and terrifying, The X-Files. It's tonight of all new episodes. This on the Fox Television Network.
My son's 2 favorite shows. I got me a 12-year-old at home, said, Dad, Fox got themselves 2 good shows.
I'd like to see you in that Manish getup sometime. First down and 10 from the 20. The running back is Terry Allen, and Allen gets the call. Darian Connor is there. Sports Illustrated just came out a couple days ago, and in that article they said that Darian Connor, along with Derek Thomas of Kansas City, so far through half the season, the 2 best outside linebackers in the NFL.
That's saying a lot. You got to love what he's done with himself. He got let go by Atlanta. They didn't want him. They wouldn't sign him. Nobody wanted him. And then he absolutely just begged for a chance, and now he's proven himself.
Interesting drive for this Minnesota Vikings. How do they respond after the Saints just scored? 2nd down and 7. Allen with the drop. Incomplete. Sam Mills, like a coach on the field, following Allen out of bounds.
He's the guy that got involved in that touchdown pick. He knows what happened when he saw that set. He should have alerted and swapped it out to somebody probably. But he'll never give up. We said in the locker room at halftime, he's their leader. He's the vet. Him and Frank Warren bring all the age, all the experience. They got to lead these young guys.
Poll of NFL coaches. When asked who would you make currently out there on the field an NFL head coach someday, Ronnie Lott, Frank Reich, the backup at Buffalo, and Sam Mills, former coach, maybe. 3rd down and 7. High for Reed. I mean, real high. And the Vikings have got a punt.
You're being kind when you said high. That was real high.
Vikings in their 2 second-half possessions, fumble and punt.
The turnover ties the game. A turnover is the great equalizer. The great equalizer. You're a 10-point underdog. You're a 14-point underdog. You get a turnover and you score, and you're in the hunt.
It's not a Minnesota team that turns the ball over. They're +4 this year and 3rd in the NFC in that regard. There's Hughes. You just got to think that sometime he's going to break one free. Saxon to punt.
What a punt.
Good punting by both teams today. Backpedaling to the 27-yard line. Tyrone Hughes. And they're all over it. Mike Morris made the stop for the Minnesota Vikings. He's played with 6 different teams. He's played in the USFL. He hunts rattlesnakes. That time he was hunting Tyrone Hughes. 7-7. We're tied in the upper Midwest. Beautiful downtown Minneapolis. On one side of the city, you've got the Humphrey Dome, and the other side, you've got the Target Center, home of the NBA Timberwolves. And there's a guy still trying to get the cobwebs free, Tyrone Hughes.
Got banged up and twisted a little bit on that punt return. He's also the starting corner today, so they can't lose him.
First down and 10 for the Saints, who came back to tie the Vikings. End around. Quinn Early. And Early is out to the 33. Benzie Glenn the stop.
Here's the punt return. Watch his knee as he turns up and breaks right there. They got him twisted up a little bit. He's also the starting corner, and he covers kicks. He has to drink all kinds of fluids, starting with Sunday breakfast. He's got to get all those fluids. Last week he said he got all cramped up.
Cramping a lot, yeah.
Cramping up. When you do that much running, you run out of body fluids. You got to load up.
2nd down 8. They got Bates and Neal in the backfield. Mario Bates. He was whacked by James Harris. Coming into this drive, Jerry, we thought the Vikings had to reestablish themselves on defense, and for New Orleans, could they carry the momentum of that long touchdown pass?
The Vikings have really given up one play. Watch him here against the run. Penetrate with the line. Watch the linebackers come in. Wow, good hit. But at least they're in 3rd and intermediate. They're not 3rd and long, talking about the Saints.
Dennis Green. Changing roster, but an unchanging style. He has remolded this team. And they're 6-2 and in first place. They got to stop at 3rd and 5 here by Jim Everett. He's in the shotgun. No time was left on the clock, and a flag went down. Was it delay of game? This will be New Orleans' first penalty of the game.
Delay of game by the offense. 5-yard penalty. It remains 3rd down.
We're also talking, Jerry, about Henry Thomas, John Randall. Would they have an effect on Jim Mora's offense today? Thomas 2 tackles, Randall 1 tackle. and not the kind of pressure we thought we'd see on Everett from those two.
And you have to go back. It's a great scheme by the Saints. They're not holding on to the football. They're bringing the ball out instantly. 1-2 throw. Now when you get 3rd and 10, this is when the Vikings tackles are so dangerous, because you got to hold the ball and let your man get a little bit deeper to get a first down. It's where the rush is the most dangerous.
On the split, Jim Everett. And here they come. To the tight end, Wesley Wall. He does not have a first down to the 41. Washington, Vincey Glenn from the secondary of Minnesota.
Vincey Glenn is worth the price of admission. You talk a guy, he's the leader in the secondary. He's the one that tells all the young corners where to go, but he also plays. He just doesn't direct. He's the player.
Used to play for the Saints.
And his dad coached at Grambling. We find a lot of these players, their fathers were football coaches, and you can see that inside them, the way they play.
Barnhart again to punt. 6th punt in 8 possessions. Rush was on, too. Oh, and a great bounce for the Vikings. For the New Orleans Saints again.
There's Rudy getting inside the 5.
Timeout, 8:45. We're in the 3rd quarter from the Metrodome. 7-7, the Vikings and Saints. Apiece, we're tied in the 3rd quarter. Well, Jerry, we go back to week 1. We did the Vikings and the Packers. You said this would be as close a division as we'd see in the NFL.
We said it'd be a jump ball, and you can see we got 3 people tied for 2nd, and we're just 2 games out. All these teams are 2 out.
Now, what about the Saints coming in 3-5 today?
They can catch Atlanta and pass them if they could win today and next week.
Vikings have fumbled and punted on their lone 2 possessions in the 2nd half. 1st and 10. Wow. Incomplete and way off, looking for Chris Carter.
He is off rhythm right now. Our last 2 possessions, you can tell Warren is not comfortable.
Why do you think?
I don't think he's getting that much pressure, but the Saints defense, has him confused a little bit. Early in the game, he confused him with cover 2, but they beat cover 2. Remember, cover 2 was where the safeties were too deep and everybody was playing 5 short zones, but they're not playing that now, and maybe the changeup has him a little bit confused. He doesn't look smooth right now.
And he's got his 2nd down and 10. 8:41 is the time left in the 3rd quarter. Moon dropped by his tight end, Adrian Cooper.
Any pressure he felt there was also late, so they must be doing a good job in the secondary. These are coverage frustrations for the quarterback. The pressure wasn't instant, but there was nowhere where he felt comfortable to throw the football. And one thing, he's smart enough, Kevin, he's not going to make a bad throw down here inside of his 10-yard line.
Moon's had 3 drop passes today, and 2 have been by Cooper, the tight end. It has been a staggering 2nd half offensively for the Vikings. Moon has missed his last 4 passes. He's got it 3rd and 10. The catch, the first down to the Minnesota 28. That's a big completion for Moon.
Well, remember, cover 2 is the base. Remember, he tried to burst out and didn't throw it good. This is cover 2 for base defense for the Saints. 2 deep zone and the burst out. The burst out again is where the wide out to his right went inside and went way behind the corner. That's the only way you beat cover 2 is with that route. Put the ball right in there.
Saints coming off a bye, Vikings coming off a win. We're tied at 7, 3rd quarter, midway through. And Terry Allen's got a first down. Allen all the way to the 46-yard line of the Minnesota Vikings, tackled by Vince Buck on a nice weaving pickup of 18. Biggest gain today.
It's a late walk down by this safety. He's going to walk in real late, and he's going to be moving over. He starts that way and cuts her back. The safeties didn't get up in time.
And on those bad knees, too, he has the ability to cut like that, Jerry.
And Vince Buck got picked off by the official, or he'd have had him a little bit sooner.
Down and 10. And Terry Allen again. Down he goes. Little gain. Sam Mills was there, 51. Allen looks a little roughed up. You know, we've talked so much about his 2 reconstructed knees. His sister has had the same problem. She can't play anymore.
She's playing basketball.
Yes, and she can't do it anymore.
No, in fact, he asked his sister, don't even try. Hit there, I think, by Winfred Tubbs. Came in there from the other side. He was jumping over. Not a bad. Both coaches, with what was going on, I think at halftime, said, let's go try running again. Both coaches, as you can see, the second half have tried to get the running going because there's a little frustration going with both quarterbacks. It's a counter coming down to the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, a little late there by Winfred. Darian turning it in. Sam Mills has him. And the reason he did not get penalty, he did not put his head down, he did not put his chest down. He was jumping over the top of him, so that is not a penalty. Now, if he'd have put his head down, then they'd have to throw the flag. Not have to, should.
Scotty Graham will take the place of Terry Allen, and luckily it appears that just the wind was knocked out of him, a little bit dazed. He should be back in. 2nd down and 10. Warren Moon, tight end, Cooper, and a catch, and close to a 1st down. Lumpkin made the stop. A lot of confidence on the part of Warren Moon to throw to a guy who's already dropped 2 of your passes today.
And a good hit by Lumpkin. They were trying to disguise the coverage. They were trying what they're doing. Remember we said Warren was reading their mail. Not anymore. They showed the 2 deep zone, but played man-to-man with a 1 free safety off of that look. That's why he was a little late, but you got to disguise on a Warren Moon. And so disguising the secondary is what's changed from early in this ballgame. Warren was always great that way, Kevin. When we were in Texas, somebody would drop 2 balls, and he'd be sure, even if I wouldn't call the play, he'd get the ball to that guy to get him back into the game, get his rhythm.
He's a great quarterback, 38 years old this month. One of the top passers in the NFC, and feared. The one thing we've noticed in the Viking games we've done is the respect that opposing defenses have for Warren. It's profound, almost as much as you'd hear from any quarterback that they face.
I think they have the same respect for him as they would for a Marino when they say, well, we're going against Moon. We got our hands full.
1st down and 10. And back in the game, Terry Allen. Back to the 37-yard line. That produces about 8 yards. Allen with the bad knees. We're talking before about how he has come back so well.
Here's your chess game. This time they are playing cover 2, so they only have 7. When they have 7, Minnesota wants to run. Good disguise this time, but they stayed in 2, and that's why the toss. You wonder why is it open? Because they were playing the cover 2 deep.
2nd down and 4. This drive for the Vikings began back at their 9-yard line. And with the 1st down dive, Terry Allen will take the Vikings to the New Orleans 34. Eating the clock, and that New Orleans defense on the field a long time.
Plus, they wanted to go to the right. They're coming over Daphne.
Steve Sidwell, the defensive coordinator with the white vest.
Been there 9 years. Been there 9 years with Mora. Good football coach. He has to coach this group a little different than when he had all those great all-pro linebackers.
More than half the group is brand new. He's starting his couple rookies. Johnson on the front line. Tubbs in the linebacking corps.
Darian Connor.
3 tight ends for the Vikings. Warren Moon looking for Brent Novoselsky. The former Packer and Chicago Bear can't hold on. There's Vince Buck.
Hello, Vince Buck. This is why if you're going to run downfield and be open and stretch your arms out, they've got to pay you some good money. Because someone's going to come along here and try to tear your head off. Watch this hit. Reach shot. Hello.
Nice shot by our director, Andy Kindle, and our producer, Jeff Gowan.
Fox, the best cameraman in football.
2nd down, 10.
Chris Hinton, I believe, he left early.
Yeah, they had play clock time, but Hinton may have been the guy. Pretty impressive drive being put together by Warren Moon.
And both coaches decide we got to run as well as
False
pass.
start prior to the snap by the offense, number 78. 5-yard penalty. It remains 2nd down.
Chris Hinton played guard went to the Pro Bowl, played tackle, went to the Pro Bowl.
Played college football at Northwestern for Dennis Green.
Did he go to the Pro Bowl there?
Not quite, but he was an All-American.
He was All-American at Northwestern.
Began as a tight end, and Dennis moved him to right tackle. Ampley in the backfield. He's caught a touchdown pass today. 2nd down and 15. Oh, they're coming out. Knocked down by Ronaldo Turnbull. Loose ball. Vikings recover. Flag thrown on the play. Stussy on the ball. 73, the rookie.
The Saints disguised the blitz. They all got crowded in one corner, like they're all coming off the quarterback's left side. Sometimes when you fake a blitz, you got a guy leaning over the ball before he backs out. But they are not letting Warren Moon read their mail like he did earlier. They're disguising
Minnesota recovered the ball, but there was an offsides by the defense. Number 55 lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 2nd down.
There is no 55 on the New Orleans defense. But we'll guess and say it was Ernest Dixon.
Here's where the people were faking the blitz. Wasn't them.
Jerry, to me, the story of this game is this defense for New Orleans.
Playing so hard. Will not surrender. 2nd and 10.
Gain of 5 to the 30. Sam Mills, who's got a teenage son playing high school football, which to me is amazing. Makes the stop.
And he's playing corner. Says he's fast. He's got good speed. We always call him General Mills. He's in charge. Loves to play football.
Broke his nose earlier in the season. The four-time Pro Bowl player.
Went to surgery with that nose, didn't he?
Yes, he did. And you know, Jerry, you mentioned it before. He is the only remaining linebacker of what was the best linebacking group in the NFL.
All 4 in the same year went to the Pro Bowl.
3rd down and 6. Flag. 3 down for Moon. Caught by Ampley. 1st down. Inside the Saints' 15-yard line. That's Stussy again on the ball. 16-yard gain. And then, as I said, flag thrown at the 28.
The Saints are running off like they recovered. With Ampley in the game, and if they catch man-to-man, that would leave Mills on Ampley.
Forward progress was stopped. Offense recovered the ball. There was offsides by the defense. Number 58 lined up in the neutral zone. The penalty is declined. 1st down.
2nd time on this drive they've nailed Connor for that violation.
And you cannot have a penalty. Here's his head over, and I used to tell him no penalties on 3rd downs or 2 minutes.
That's right.
Never.
You had him in Atlanta, didn't you?
Had him in Atlanta. You cannot have a penalty on 3rd down or in a 2-minute situation. It'll cost you a ball game.
Jimmy Spencer maybe cramping up just a bit. And they're out there looking at him right now. The 1st place Minnesota Vikings against a struggling New Orleans Saints team. Except today, their defense has dictated the game. We are tied at 7 apiece. Well, the Saints aren't laying an egg inside the Metrodome today. I don't even know if geese can lay eggs, but nonetheless, the Saints aren't doing it. They got to stop Warren Moon right now. The Saints looking at 1st and 10 with Warren Moon going against them. Moon, Jake Reed, incomplete.
They were in a 3 linebackers where they ran a stunt inside with all the linebackers and played man-to-man. But the Vikings, Daphne, McDaniel, and Jeff Christie, all those people picked up all the stunts. No pressure on the quarterback, even though the Saints sent all their linebackers.
Upcoming is the 13th play of this drive. We welcome you, those watching the San Francisco-Washington game. 13th play of a Minnesota drive. Moon, touchdown, Jake Reed, and the Vikings have taken the lead. Warren Moon has thrown his second touchdown pass today.
And he threw a bullet. It's coming right at you. It's coming with RPMs on the ball. The ball is turning over. Into the body. Jake Reed.
Jake Reed, the touchdown catch, his third this season. Reed has caught 6 passes today. Juan Reveiz. 3:30 is the time remaining in the third quarter. The Vikings have pulled on top of the New Orleans Saints 14-7. Vikings had come out of halftime with a fumble and a punt. New Orleans had come back and gotten a long touchdown pass to their wide receiver, Michael Haynes, to tie the game at 7 after the half. Pretty impressive drive by Minnesota to take the 14-7 lead.
They had a little help. They had 2 big penalties that helped them in that drive, but that's the first time either defense couldn't muster up and stop you. And the only play the Vikings defense have given up is 1 long pass after a turnover.
Vikings in first place, looking to go to 7. The Saints at 3-5 need a win to stay alive in the playoffs. Tyrone Hughes on the run. And he batters his way out to the 36. Lamar McGriggs with the stop. Big doubleheader next week on Fox NFL Sunday. Jerry and I will be in Foxborough with the Patriots and the Minnesota Vikings. Others of you will see Atlanta, New Orleans, Chicago against the Miami Dolphins. And the big game next week will feature the Dallas Cowboys against the San Francisco 49ers. Check the game and time in your area. All next week, all on Fox. With Jerry Glanville, this is Kevin Harlan, the Metrodome in Minneapolis. How will the Saints respond? Down by 7. Who flinched first? Was it Robert Harris or was it Richard Cooper?
This is a battle of pointing the fingers. Who points their finger the longest at the other guy?
Moon has thrown 2 touchdowns today. Everett has thrown 1. The defense of the Saints up until that last touchdown had been the biggest story of the game.
Looked like Richard Cooper twitched just a little bit.
Encroachment by the defense. 5-yard penalty. It remains first down.
Robert Harris.
He pointed the longest. Here's the man right here, Richard Cooper. There's the twitch. He got away with 1.
8 Viking penalties, 2 against the Saints. And now Everett presented with 1st and 5. Couple tight ends. 82 is Irv Smith. Play action by Everett. Caught by the tight end Wesley Wall. Another catch. Another New Orleans first down. Pickup of 18. They go to the Viking 40-yard line.
Wesley Wall is doing a real fine job. Here's the guy they picked up from the 49ers. I think we have the San Francisco fans watching this game right now. Get to watch your old tight end. He's playing real good today.
Everett's been hot, Jerry. He's hit his last 5 consecutive passes.
Three tight ends in the game.
Walls is 85. Mario Bates, the rookie from Arizona State. And he plunges down to the 36, picking up 4. Ed McDaniel, leading tackler, was there.
Good heavy running. Good push by the offensive line. Chris Port, Irv Smith, Richard Cooper. We're all going to try to reach and push off that way. Now the back's got to run full speed, get body lean, get your pads down. Good cleanup, good finish in by Irv Smith. He's all over the linebacker.
Both quarterbacks have thrown interceptions today. For Jim Everett, the first interception he had thrown in more than 2 games. Now he's faced with 2nd down and 7. Everett hit. Incomplete. Looking for Quinn Early, his favorite target today. 8 receptions for Early. And again, Everett sticks in the pocket.
The play action fake when you play the Minnesota Vikings will not slow down the defensive line. So you're going to see pressure coming from his quarterback's left. This fake is only for the linebackers because the defensive line just slapped him on the head a little bit. That forced him to throw the ball down in the ground.
The tandem of Randall and Henry Thomas, 2 of the biggest impact players in the NFL on defense, have not had an effect on this game.
None whatsoever because they're bringing the ball out so fast.
3rd down and 7 from the gun, Jim Everett. He's got Small. He's got a first down to the 27-yard line. Their best third down receiver picks up 10, and Everett comes up with another clutch pass.
And you got to love the offensive line. Willie Rofe, number 77. He did some protection on that one. He's the left tackle, the guy that got beat the last time. He's brand new in there. He wants to make up for letting the quarterback get slapped. Got his hands on him. Now push him down. Slam him down. Pancake.
One away for the New Orleans Saints to answer a long drive by the Vikings before them. First down and 10. He's going long. And his
illegal bump downfield.
Brian Davis got Michael Haynes outside the 5-yard line. Span that they give him. Brian should not hit the receiver, and he should see a barber.
He may be like Samson. The strength may be in his hair.
That time he cost his Vikings, and he's going to give a first down to the New Orleans Saints. Brian Davis played in the '87 Super Bowl with the Washington Redskins.
He's going to try a double move and the fake pump, and then he knows he's in trouble.
First down.
You can't hit him after 5 yards.
There's the fake, and there's the hit. 10 yards deep. He's been in the league long enough to remember the old rules. He wants to play by the old rules.
Cut by Buffalo earlier this training camp. Vikings picked him up. 1:25 remaining in the third quarter here. The Vikings on top 14-7 on 2 Warren Moon touchdowns. Through the air. Bates in the backfield. The tight end well. Walls picks up yardage to the 20. Gain of about 3. Flag thrown back at the 36-yard line.
Nice open field tackle by Todd Scott. You talk about a big-time hit on a big tight end. But there's the play fake in the bootleg, Kevin, which does not affect the defensive line of Minnesota. They don't play defensive line. They play rush the quarterback every snap.
Brian Davis is in the game because of a strained left hamstring on the part of Anthony Parker. Parker, a big play guy. He has had 3 defensive touchdowns in the last 3 games for the Vikings. He is sorely missed.
Personal foul, roughing the passer by the defense, number 92. Going to the knees. After this is the goal, automatic first down.
Parker is 92.
He's been after that quarterback. The only pressure they're getting today is from the ends. They're doing a great job, the Saints, is stopping the 2 best defensive tackles up inside.
What is impressive about the Saints is the way they have come back after the Vikings went in from 13 plays in their own 9-yard line the other way.
They've taken a shot, but they haven't been knocked out yet.
Much like Foreman and Moore last night.
Listen to this crowd noise.
It's first down and goal to go.
That's the best noise we've heard all year, and he's audible.
It's Mario Bates. The 10 to the 4. And a gain of 6. Hit by Todd Scott from the safety.
They believe Bates is going to be their best back. It's time to play your best people. He'd have probably had a heck of a rookie year if he didn't get beat up in that bar.
By his own teammate.
By his own teammate. You're going to fight somebody, fight the enemy. Don't fight yourself.
He was whacked by Neal.
I tell you one thing, I ain't going to fight Neal. He going to wire my jaw up.
Well, inside the 4, the defense of the Vikings has not had the kind of prominence we thought today. But much credit should go to Jim Everett and the Saints, who have it second down and goal. Trying to tie it. Jim Everett. Here comes the rush. He picked up a yard, maybe 2, and that was the rush from Henry Thomas that we have not seen until that play.
Had to be a bust. Somebody blocked the wrong person. I don't know if they called a down block. Here he is in there. I don't know the blocking scheme, but the 70 ought to come down because the center went left. 70 should come down with him. That's Chris Port. I don't run out of bounds.
5 seconds, 4 seconds. Third quarter will come to a close. But it comes to a close with the New Orleans Saints driving on the best rush defense in the NFL, and overall the Viking defense number 4 league-wide. That's the end of the third quarter with the score. The Vikings 14, the New Orleans Saints 7. Fox NFL Sunday will continue after these messages from your local Fox station. Famed senator from the state of Minnesota, who this tremendous facility is built after. Tremendous civic effort to get this thing built. Tremendous effort by the New Orleans Saints. Moving on a vaunted Minnesota defense. After 3 quarters, the Saints have not had much luck when behind, as they are now 14-7. But they've got it. Goal to go at the 2. Third down. 8th play of the New Orleans drive, and Jimmy Everett is ready. Everett. Touchdown. Flag thrown. Pass caught by the tight end, Wesley Walls.
And he had to throw a sidearm. What great protection. The defensive line just being totally stymied by the offensive line of the Saints.
Touchdown, 5th catch today by Walls, and it couldn't have come at a better time. And Walls picks up the touchdown.
Chris Port, Jim Dombrowski, Willie Rofe, Richard Cooper. Watch them all. Watch this protection. Nobody near him.
Everett is having one of the best games of the season. On that drive, Jerry, he was 4 of 4 in this half. He is 8 of 9 passing. The hold by Barnhart, and Morton Anderson ties the game.
Flag on that.
Couple. There's Walls. Saints are trying to stay in the playoff picture. A win today would be the biggest shot in the arm they could hope to get for Jim Mora and his New Orleans ball club. He said before the season he would be shocked if they did not have a winning record. Well, a win today would go a long way.
You can tell when we sit down and talk to him. You can tell why he's the head coach in the National Football League. He would not surrender if he didn't have any players.
He refuses to say that the Saints are rebuilding, reloading, reconstructing, however you want to label it.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense, using leverage to gain height by pushing off his own player. It's a 15-yard penalty. Will be enforced on the kickoff. The point is good.
Now what you have is a mortar kick, Kevin. If you're going to get the ball 15 yards closer for the kickoff, 99 is the guy.
James Harris.
Right here, using his own man. You can't do that.
Warren Moon has thrown 2 touchdown passes, and this, the second touchdown by Everett, will tie the game in Minneapolis. The Viking defense has been stunned by the New Orleans offense. It was George Foreman against Michael Moore last night. A heavily favored Michael Moore lost. A heavily favored Minnesota Viking team in first place, surprisingly tied by the New Orleans Saints, the underdog today.
George Foreman's will to win was the difference, and you can see that. We talked about it when we were with the Saints last night. Their will to win is higher than their athletic ability. Now they should mortar kick this. They should have this ball come down the 2-yard line with all the hang time they can. They got the penalty. Mortar kick it. Nope.
No mortar kick by Morton Anderson.
That puts it at the 20.
That will only be his second touchback in his last 21 kickoffs. And now a task for Warren Moon, because the momentum may have shifted over to the New Orleans Saints. Chicago on top of the Buccaneers. And Atlanta surprising the 7-1 San Diego Chargers. There's Miami struggling against the Colts. Henry Thomas has not had the kind of day we thought. He and Randall comprise the 2 best interior defensive linemen on one team in the NFL. Today they have not had the effect. First down and 10. Warren Moon, Jake Reed, first down at the 36-yard line. Gain of 16 on the play. Tyrone Hughes the stop.
The Vikings put 3 wide receivers to the wide side and made the Saints roll over that way. Everybody's got to roll to the quarterback's right, leaving the right corner for the Saints all alone. Tyrone Hughes had no help. As you can see, he's there by himself because they had trips away from him.
Warren Moon has passed Johnny Unitas, 7th all-time passes completed this afternoon. There he goes again. This time to Chris Carter, and a first down to the Minnesota Viking 47-yard line. Joel Schmenge makes the stop.
That yardage, though, that's not all in the NFL with Warren Moon, is it?
Passes completed, not yardage. Passes completed. Now, tell me,
in the NFL?
Yes. Tell me the relationship between Moon and Carter. You saw Carter wink at Moon on that pass completion.
I think Moon had to get used to having Carter with him. Carter's the guy that'll tell everybody that makes some mistakes, but he's the guy that wants to get to the Super Bowl. He's the guy that'll correct everybody.
First down and 10 for Warren Moon. Carter again. His second catch in the second half. Sam Mills to stop.
I believe we slid into almost the 49er offense here. You see the little, we're back to the dinks and the dunks. We've tried everything else. Both teams hadn't been too successful, so it looks like we're sliding into the 49er slow. You know, they got to have 17 plays to get 50 yards. We're just throwing a 3-4 yard pass right now.
Carter leads the NFC in receiving. Vikings are tied with the Saints. Second down and 8. Darian Connor, 58, got inside Warren Moon. Connor led the NFL in sacks most of the first half of the year. Today he's playing healthy for the first time in a while. A groin injury has kept him on the side.
He'll be coming from the right side of the quarterback. They got Allen, no chance. You cannot block Darian Connor with the back. You got to put a down lineman on. You got to have a tackle on him. He just threw him right to the outside.
The New Orleans defense today against Warren Moon.
Sacks 1, but 6 hurries, 4 knockdowns, forced to scramble 3 times. They're keeping him busy.
And let's see.
They're messed up.
Third down and 8. Hit again was Moon. Incomplete to Amp Lee. Out at the 43-yard line, Tyrone Hughes was there. Coverage of Amp Lee, who caught a touchdown pass from Moon earlier on, and the Vikings got a punt for a second time in 4 second-half possessions.
Good job by Sam Mills. He knew he did not want to cover Amp Lee out of the backfield. When I said there was confusion, he switched everybody around and made a defensive back go over and cover him, because when they had their long pass, Sam got locked up on Amp Lee. That's a mismatch, so he switched it around and put the DB on him this time.
Mike Saxon with his 6th punt in 10 possessions. High hanging spiral. Hughes. Oh, it takes a great Viking bounce. Can they save the ball? Yes, they do. Charles Evans, a reserve defensive back, was down there chasing and got it. A punt of 46 yards by Saxon. The 6-2 Vikings, tied by the 3-5 Saints. We're in the 4th, 14 apiece. Thrown 2 touchdown passes. Jim Everett of the Saints has thrown 2 touchdown passes. Everett has been the story in the second half for New Orleans. We're tied at 14. 4th quarter clock, 12:43. 82 is Irv Smith. Everett with time. Gets it off to Bates. Mario Bates to the 12. And Everett found himself on his backside in the end zone.
What a good job by Everett. Standing in the end zone, and people were pawing at him, trying to get a hand on him. He had to throw it sidearm to get the ball out of there. Watch him. Nothing there. People got a hold by the face mask. Henry Thomas had him by the face mask. He still threw it out of there.
Randall threw down Everett. Second down and 3. Everett has hit 9 consecutive passes. Mario Bates. He's doing exactly what Jim Moore told us. He would get the big gain. He bangs his way out to the 20, and he gets the first down for New Orleans.
We said the Vikings were going to change their philosophy a little bit. They're coming after him, man to man. You'll see the linebacker, Jack Del Rio. They're blitzing. Going to try to force them. Here they come, and look at the hole on the cutback. Good job by Mario Bates finding the hole on the cutback.
And what about the offensive line that has given Bates 36 yards today?
This offensive line is giving good pass protection, too, against what we think is one of the best defensive teams in the National Football League. Look at the pass protection, Kevin.
Everett. That's caught by Haynes to the 35. Fifth reception by Haynes. First down to the 36. The Saints beat the Vikings last year 17-14. They beat them in preseason. Right now, they've got them tied. The Vikings, we came on the air today and said they are with Dallas, they are with San Francisco, one of the top 3-4 teams in the NFL.
With their personnel, and you go over their roster, they have that type of people. And they play hard, and they're a well-coached football team. But they run into a George Foreman today. They run into a bunch that are not going to surrender.
Great second half for Everett. First down and 10. Short drop back to the tight end, Herb Smith. Herb Smith, probably the most improved player on the entire New Orleans team.
A first-round pick that they were waiting, to get a little bit better. They didn't know how good he's going to be, so they went and got Wesley Walls. But now they think they got two good tight ends that can block and that can also catch. Bringing the ball out so fast that the rush cannot get to him right now. The quarterback is bringing the ball out. Jim Everett.
Second down and 5. They're coming after him. The carry by Derek Brown. The tackles by Jack Del Rio and Ed McDaniel.
Ed McDaniel, Jack Del Rio, Carlos Jenkins. You're talking about 3 outstanding linebackers. They're going to build everything in, and they're going to blitz all these people that try to blow up the run. Here comes Jack Del Rio. And who's got a hold of his legs? Ed McDaniel. 3 linebackers that can just flat line up and play. Played at Dallas, left Dallas.
Third down and 5. Everett from the gun. From his own 41. Jim Everett. Out of the reach of Torrance Small. Big defensive series for the Minnesota Vikings.
Well, the quarterback didn't see it. He had Derek Brown man-to-man on Jack Del Rio. Had a mismatch. If the quarterback could have spotted, we get to see everything way up here. He had himself a big play. Usually when Jack Del Rio is in on the nickel, it's a zone. He blitzed that time, but it was a blitz peel. He tried to get the back to block him. Instead, he had to cover him, and he couldn't cover him.
Barnhart to punt for a 7th time. Is deep back.
Not a good punt.
Eric Miller to the 28. 33-yard punt by Barnhart. Smingy makes the stop. Warren Moon now, who's thrown 2 touchdowns today, will get it again. Time 9:19, 4th quarter. We're tied. Today, beating teams they should beat. They were favored by a field goal and a touchdown over the Saints. We're tied late in the game.
With the game the way it is, you cannot waste a timeout. We're tied here. We got 9 minutes. Both teams are going to need their timeouts. Don't do anything foolish with your timeouts.
You know Moon's going to throw. Ampley's in the backfield. 1st and 10. A quick hitter. Carter, first down to the 40-yard line. Tackled by Winfred Tubbs. Gain of 12.
Carter wants the ball. He's leading the league in catches. He'd like 100 more catches than what he has. He wants the ball every single play. He wants to win the football game.
9 catches, 118 yards by the leading receiver in the NFC, Chris Carter. He's on a pace, Jerry, to catch 120 passes this season.
One good thing he does, he tells Warren Moon, I'm open every play.
It's down and 10. And the carry by Ampley, the former San Francisco 49er. And he picks up about 9 yards. Lee the carry.
The line wins. Look at the stance. Look at these people. They win and get the first big push. Slam and slide with Christie and McDaniel. They both, I'm going to show you the slam and slide. I'm going to show you Randall McDaniel. And he pushes on him and slides off and gets the next layer, and the back cuts back in there. Christie and McDaniel came off the ball, both bumped the one man and then slid off for the backer. Hold the nose, till the center has him secure and slide off for the next level.
McDaniel may be the fastest offensive lineman in the National Football League, they say.
With the worst stance I've ever seen. His knee caves in and his foot turns out. And I said, why? And he said, well, nobody knows where I'm going. Nobody knows if I'm pulling or not.
Well, they were called, along with Nate Newton of Dallas, the 2 best guards in pro football through the first half of the season.
And don't forget, he has the all-time record, the most consecutive starts as a Minnesota Viking.
First round pick in '88, Randall McDaniel. Second down, the length of the football. Ampley, the dance, the dive, the first down. Goff got him.
Usually on short yardage, you want to get north and south. Ampley's style is he's a twister and a turner and a juker, so he twisted and turned on through there.
Former 49er Ampley. They've got some depth at running back, don't they?
They do, and with you wonder why the 49ers let this guy go. Coming out of college, I thought he had great movement out of Florida State. Good back, but with, they say, the financial situation, they had to let him go.
It's down in 10. Allen has now taken the place of Lee. The Vikings are on the move. Terry Allen, the cutback and a gain of 3. What kind of factor has Terry Allen been today? Gained 114 last week. He's not been the pronounced factor we thought he might be.
No, it's hard to run on the Saints, and at one time when we saw him earlier in the year, they were not really good. Today, he's got 13 rushes for 50 yards, but the Saints have improved. The coach, the players all said, all we're trying to do is get better every time. This is a lot better football team than we saw play the Redskins.
Stay tuned for our Miller Lite Player of the Game mention. And there are a lot of candidates right now, including number 1, Warren Moon.
I got him.
On second down and 8. Looking for Carter. Coverage by Jimmy Spencer. Great coverage always from Hollywood with this McDonald's game break. Let's go out to James Brown. James.
All right, Kevin, in Washington, John Freese at the helm, capping a 6-play drive, 4-yard strike to Ethan Horton, and that makes it 37-14. Washington trailing big late in the 4th. Back to Kevin and Jerry.
Redskins about ready to lose their 8th game. Farrat starting again today. 3rd down and 8 for the Vikings. Moon has thrown a couple touchdown passes. The Saints have surprised Minnesota in Minneapolis today.
They're showing that cover 2.
Warren Moon. Connor was there. Incomplete pass. Wayne Martin, Sam Mills, but Connor got there first.
Played the cover 2, which is dangerous versus the slot formation. They got away with it, had good coverage. That was a coverage pressure. Warren had nowhere to go because he didn't have 2 deeps. In cover 2, if you got a guy deep on the post and a deep outside, you can blow that coverage up, but they did not have that route called.
7th punt in 11 Minnesota possessions. Buckle up because Tyrone Hughes is ready. Saxon, high hanging. Into the end zone. Saints still chasing the ball because the Vikings didn't touch it. Now they finally get on it. Back to the 20-yard line. New Orleans will have it. 6:26 left. So too is Warren Moon for the Minnesota Vikings, 14 apiece. Kevin Harlan alongside Jerry Glanville. The quarterbacks are grabbing the headlines, but maybe the biggest story is the play of both defenses.
Both defenses, outstanding football. How good are they playing? We used to tell our teams, force 8 punts, and you win regardless. Both teams today have punted 7 times. They both may punt 9 or 10 times before this thing's over.
You surprised by the Saints today?
I tell you, you got to be proud of them. They just won't surrender. They won't give up.
Everett's had a good day. He's thrown an interception, as has Warren Moon. Now, with 6.5 minutes remaining, it's first down and 10 for Everett. Little play action. It's caught. Spectacular. spectacular catch made on the near side by Michael Haynes. A first down for the New Orleans Saints. Gain of 15. Always spectacular back in Hollywood is James Brown. James?
All right, Kevin, and a spectacular play back in Washington by Ken Harvey, who has played well for a struggling Redskins team, hitting Elvis Grbac. An alert. Daryl Morrison picks it up, takes it in 32 yards for the score. Less than 4 to play in Washington. Washington trailing by 15. Back to Minnesota. Kevin and Jerry.
Harvey, the top sacker in the NFL. Thank you, James. First down and 10 for Jim Everett. A little bit short, looking for Haynes. It's happened a couple times today to Everett. He's had a pretty good day, but those things will come back to haunt him, perhaps.
The deep ball has really been his thing he hasn't done well. He's done everything else well. Just a little bit low, hard catch. Sort of got the feeling that they decided on this series they're going to throw and throw and throw.
Everett on track. Go for over 4,000 yards passing. He's done it one other time in his career. Now he's from the gun. A little over 6 minutes left. Fourth quarter with time. Oh, they're coming after it. Dumps it off, caught by Derek Brown. Derek Brown. Spectacular run by Derek Brown to the 30-yard line of the Minnesota Vikings.
And he did that by himself. Quarterback under all kinds of pressure. Lucky to get it off. And they had him tackled 2-3 times, Kevin.
5 times they had him, Jim.
Woo!
Derek Brown out of Nebraska. Career-long catch.
Look at this run. He's got that devilish grin going now.
How about the big plays by the Saints in a game they feel they've got to win to stay in the playoffs? Big plays from Derek Brown and their quarterback and their wide receiver, and in particular their offensive line. Their offensive line is shut down for the most part. Henry Thomas and John Randall. They have not had the effect on that offensive line some had predicted. But the line of Rofe, Dombrowski, Ulenake, Port, and Cooper has done a great job against John Randall, who leads the NFL in sacks.
Talking to Derek Brown last night, he said, we're going to be a good football team. He said, all I got to do is be patient. He says, I get in trouble. I don't have any patience. Well, he had more than patience on that one, Kevin. He kept weaving that thing down the field.
Another thing that has stood out to me today, Jerry, is Jim Everett. The way he has stood in the pocket, taking the heat, but by him staying in the pocket, the routes that are run by receivers and running backs have a chance to materialize.
I think he's got a chance to shake that story about him that he won't take heat and that he'll run out of there and that he'll get scared or afraid. And you haven't seen that at all today of you against the best pass rushing team, one of the best pass rushing teams in football.
And against one of the best teams overall in the NFL. The Vikings in first place, 6-2. Saints coming in 3-5. Bates in the backfield. And they've got 3 tight ends. Mario Bates. And he dives ahead for about 3 down to the 27. Bates getting a lot of action today. Jim Morris says he's the best back he has. The quickest, the biggest, the fastest.
He just wanted to run. He ran right into his own lineman. He had one thought. I'm going full speed. I don't get to play that much. Here I go. And he hit his own offensive guard, Dombrowski, right in the back. Open your eyes as you're running up through there now, darling.
Second down and 8. Clock down to 5:21 and ticking. Mora has prepared his team today to play in one of the most difficult places to play. Vikings have won 4 in a row at home. Bates again. That time the Vikings got it. Roy Barker, Carlos Jenkins, Ed McDaniel.
Mass substitution now. 3 wide receivers. You're in field goal range. You're down to 4 minutes. Everybody's got timeouts left. New Orleans has 2, Minnesota 3. Do you throw it here or you get it closer for the field goal? That's the coach's decision. You're in field goal range right now. Don't take a sack if you throw it.
Last year, Morton Anderson kicked the game-winning field goal to beat the Vikings. Will he be? Third down and 7. From the gun, Jim Everett. Good time. What a spectacular play by Brian Davis, taking the place of starter Anthony Parker. They were looking for Michael Haynes.
And the quarterback had heat on him. The Vikings came. Watch the pressure coming from the quarterback's left side. Nope, we had the wrong play on you that time. Here's the throw. Nice job.
NFL scouts say that Morton Anderson is the best clutch kicker in the NFL for the league. He got it from 44 yards away. The Saints have taken the lead for the first time today, which means that Warren Moon has 4-12 with which to work. Morton Anderson, who earlier this year missed 4 consecutive field goals for the first time in his career, came back strong last week against the Rams. This time from 44 yards away. His field goal beat the Vikings last year. Will it beat the Vikings today? 17-14, the Saints.
It's going to be this series right here. Where are you going to start?
And it's going to go for Kadri Ismail, 2 yards deep. He'll bring it out. Ismail spun and down at the 21-yard line. Tackle made by Othello Henderson. He's had a lot of special teams tackles today. There's the man on the spot, Warren Moon. Pretty good day throwing. Couple touchdown passes. What do you expect, Jerry, from the offense with 4:02 left in the game?
Well, they've tried to run. Both teams have tried running. I think it's finally hit everybody. It's that time you just got to go win it. You got to throw it. You got to put it up.
Moon is staggered a bit, hitting one of his last 5 passes.
He's got the 3 wide receivers in there trying to knock him out of cover 2, trying to get him out of 2 deep. He got him out of it.
On first and 10, hit again. Moon throws high and incomplete. That time the blitz was coming from Vince Buck, and he rattles
hit the quarterback.
Moon.
Whoa, he jumped on top of him. Both teams are changing their personalities from a year ago. Watch the pressure. Safety blitz on first and 10 with 3 minutes and 58 seconds left.
A second down for Warren Moon. Hit again. That ball is free. Is it a fumble or an incompletion? Hits New Orleans ball. What a big play for the Saints. Frank Warren came up with it. Turnbull knocked it away, and Warren came up with it.
Frank Warren the third. They said he was too old. He says, I can't listen to everybody. I got to play young. Watch Ronaldo Turnbull. Here's that 97. Dip the shoulder. Go by Tusi. Stussy. Let him get around. There's Frank.
So here you expect coming into the game, not Frank Warren to apply pressure, not the New Orleans Saints defense to rattle Warren Moon. You expect it to be John Randall and Henry Thomas. That has not been the case today. The offensive line of the Saints has given Everett time to throw. And look where they are at the Viking 18 with the 3-point lead. And 3:54 left. Everett incomplete. That time he was whacked by Roy Barker. He was looking for Irv Smith, Everett was.
That one surprised me. 3 tight ends in the game. You got to take time off the clock, and you got to take their timeouts. Let's go back to Frank Warren. Here's a guy he's just an unbelievable person. He's got 11-year-old son Brandon fighting leukemia. They've got it in remission. Says he's grown up himself. Says he's a better man. He's playing for his son. What a great visit we had with Frank. Here he is making a big play, big recovery.
And he had to move, and this is 13th year from defensive end to nose tackle. One of the biggest plays of the season right there for Frank Warren. Second down and 10. Bates, the rookie Mario Bates, inside the 10 to the 9. He'll be close, if not achieving a first down. Maybe a football's length shy. Here's a guy that Jim Morris said his best back would see time today, and he has been a difference.
They knew in the preseason that he was a good back, and unfortunately he got in a fight in the bar with one of his own players, and they had to wire up his jaw. He couldn't play for a while. Now he's back. Looks like they're going to be third down about a yard.
Big block on the play by Willie Williams, 65.
Willie Williams is the man they bring in as a tight end. Look at the substitution. Everybody's scrambling out there. Vikings call a timeout. They lost a timeout.
This was supposed to be last week. The Vikings trying to continue to beat teams they should beat. They should have beat Tampa last week. Last year they lost down in Tampa. But last week they beat Tampa 36-13. This week they were supposed to be the Saints. They were favored by a field goal and a touchdown. What's happened today? The defense has not had the effect. The offense of the Saints has made the plays. And New Orleans leads by 3 with the ball and 3:08 left deep in Viking territory.
And I think you got to say the Saints defense played as good as they could play.
It's Carl Smith, the offensive coordinator, with the white hat on. He's been here a long time, and there is a tired defensive group. Connor on the left, got Turnbull in the middle, and 54, the starting rookie Winfred Tubbs. And there's the leader of the defense, Sam Mills.
And he's the guy that changed the defense on the crucial third down, said, I don't want Amp Lee, and he switched his position and brought in a defensive back and pushed him over the other side of the formation, and that's exactly where Warren Moon and the Vikings were going.
Now Jimmy Everett faced with 3rd down and 1. He's got 3 tight ends in the game. Mario Bates. He's close. Roy Barker made the stop.
All out run down blitz, Kevin. Coming after him, playing it like a goal line. All the backers were hitting the gap on the run.
Jerry, I think he's still shy by the length of the football.
You got to kick the next field goal. You got to say a TD's got to beat you, not a field goal. They got to kick it here, don't they?
.252 left. Mario Bates has had a big day for the New Orleans Saints. But that particular carry wasn't enough to get the first down. What does Jim Moore do here?
Has to kick it. Has to kick it, so the only way they can beat you is with a touchdown.
And that's where Warren Moon is deadly.
Now the Vikings were penalized for illegal jumping to block an extra point.
Leverage.
Leverage, using your own position of one of your players stepping on his back. See if they're looking for that again.
Warren Moon ready. Talk with Coach Billick, his offensive coordinator. This will be a 26-yard attempt from Morton Anderson to extend the New Orleans lead. Like clockwork. Now 20-14. Field goal won't do it for Minnesota. They've got to get in. They've got to get the touchdown. And barring a turnover, 2:49 for Minnesota to work with.
Field position on the kickoff. Going to be the big part of what happens here.
What's going through his mind, Jerry?
Warren's been there. Warren's as good as anybody in 2 minutes. I often thought you could just play 2 minutes with him all the time. Just put him in there to start the game. Start the game off, say it's 2 minutes, let's go. He's the type of guy that doesn't get flustered, doesn't get rattled up.
We were told yesterday the right side of the offensive line would have a factor in the game, but it has not been a noticeable factor, if any at all.
Well, I think Wayne Martin and Darian Connor and Sam Mills, they all had a factor to do with that. That's where Minnesota wanted to run, and you can't blame them. They got 3 giant-sized people. But the Saints defense have played as good as they possibly could play. George Foreman will not surrender today.
Jimmy Everett has had a lot of passes today for the New Orleans Saints. 36. Only Cleveland has faced more passing attempts than the Vikings. The Vikings have had to drop back and guard the Everett pass 36 times today. The Saints have struggled on kickoff coverage today. They are 26th. So that means that all eyes are on Ismail and all eyes are on number 44, J.J. McCluskey of New Orleans.
He's the first man down. He's the Rudy from Notre Dame. He'll wiggle down, 5'7". He's the guy that'll have to make the tackle if they're going to get him down in there deep.
Anderson the kickoff, high and hanging. Away from Ismail. Oh, and a terrible move by the Vikings. Miscommunication. Ismail finally got it, and out of bounds, stopping the clock at 2:36. Tyrone Leggett was there.
That looked like that mortar kick I was trying to get after.
It
the
was
penalty.
a great kickoff.
Boy, hung, and the deep man couldn't get up and get the ball. He was back too far. I don't think that was intentional. I think that was an oops.
Game-winning field goal by Morton Anderson. Did it last year. Has he done it again today?
Both teams have 2 timeouts with 2:36 left. 2 timeouts for both teams.
First down and 10. Moon at his own 16. First down to the Minnesota Vikings 28-yard line, gain of 12.
And the Saints came in with the third and long defense, came in with the nickel package. And they really ran a rotation opposite from where Warren Moon threw the ball. He saw the rotation wasn't the right way, and he pumped the ball out.
We know what Moon's got to do. What about the New Orleans defense?
They're lucky. They can play goal line as goal line because the field goal can't beat them. So they can stay some zones in here, not play anything man-to-man, not get beat deep in a hurry.
Down and 10. Carter with the first down catch to the 47. Othello Henderson the stop, and Moon right on the money on the pickup of 18 yards.
And Darian Connor's injured. He's down. That helps the Vikings.
Connor's had the pulled groin. It's left him debilitated last couple weeks. Maybe the problem now. The biggest bargain in free agency this year, Darian Connor. As they take a look, obviously, at his ankle. Down to 2:18 left in the game.
Darian will be all the way out here working Hinton. He's outside. Just got shoved. Must have his foot stuck in the carpet, and Hinton give him a push. What a nice catch by Chris Carter. Went up high, pulled that ball in. Now what hurts is that injury stops the clock. So the Vikings did not lose the timeout, but got the clock stopped. So it's 2:18 with 2 timeouts each.
Smengi replaces Connor, and those two replace Ricky Jackson, if you can indeed replace a Ricky Jackson.
Well, this is a situation you got to have your best pass rusher in there, and unfortunately their best pass rusher just walked off. But Smengi will play hard. He's an effort guy, doesn't have as much talent, but he is an effort guy that will spill his guts trying. He's usually a special teams player, and he's always working and hustling. They're going to play man-to-man and bring 5-6 people right now. Here they come. They've had enough of this zone. They're all coming.
First down. Pass caught. Chris Carter to the 47. Gain of about 1.5 yards. Chris Carter has caught 11 passes today for 137 yards. He may be the difference for Moon down the stretch. Vikings trying to come back. Interesting that they felt even at 3-5, they were a playoff caliber team. The Vikings not only felt they were a playoff team, but one of the best teams in the National Football League. The Saints lead the Vikings 20-14. 1:57 left. Second down and 9 for Moon at his own 47. Good time. Jake Reed incomplete. Lumpkin the coverage. It'll be third down for the Vikings.
Great pass protection. That's exactly what Everett's been getting this time. Nobody was near Warren Moon. What a great job they did of keeping everybody out of there.
Chicago has won today. Green Bay is winning. and they're just slightly in back of the 6-2 Minnesota Vikings. So this game for the Vikings grows in importance as the afternoon goes on. 3rd and 9 for Moon. 1:52 left. Sam Mills digs on in. He's got him. Chris Carter to the 39. First down, clock stopped, 1:48. Gain of 14 yards.
What a great throw. They brought a guy underneath on a hide route, shallow, and everybody jumped it. And then Carter broke right in behind him.
What can the Saints defense do, Jerry?
Well, you have to decide. You want to come after him. You want to take a chance. Play some man-to-man. They played one man-to-man since this series and got an incomplete pass.
Looking for his 2nd consecutive Pro Bowl berth. Chris Carter, cut by the Philadelphia Eagles and Buddy Ryan, straightened out his life, comes to Minnesota. He's had 3 catches on this drive, 12 for the day.
Here's the man-to-man.
Warren Moon, the blitz is on. Incomplete. Reed inside the 10.
Now we know it's dangerous. They had people open. They had a back open coming down the sideline. And they had people open on the post. But the only thing that's going incomplete is blitzing and pressuring the quarterback. You got to decide. It doesn't matter if you're drowned in the Atlantic or the Pacific. If you're drowned, you're drowned.
Hoping he doesn't drown today, Brian Billick, the offensive coordinator, facing guys like Jimmy Spencer, who's already got an interception off Warren Moon today. It is 2nd down and 10.
Back to that 2-deep zone. Zone all the way.
Wide open athlete. Good move to the 31. And 2 yards shy of a first down. Jones in the secondary of the stop. Clock is ticking.
And that's a hard man to tackle in the open field. He stayed outside leverage on him. He would not let him run out of bounds. So even though he gave up more yardage, he made him go to the inside.
No huddle for the Vikings. 3rd down and a couple. Timeouts, both teams with 2. He got it. First down. Jake he dropped the ball. He trapped the ball at the 21. Big break for the Saints. Incomplete pass by Moon.
4th down. We're right here for the ball game. That official was marking the ball where the incomplete pass was. You got to go back to the line of scrimmage. Look at this ball coming in there.
Oh, that's a catch. That's a catch.
Bring back instant replay. Please bring back replay. That's the ball game.
4th down and 2. This is the game for the Vikings.
They're playing all zone on a crucial down. Man in the flat. He's up.
He caught amply. First down, 27. It wasn't the best thrown ball either.
No, he was way in there behind him. He was so open that the corner had to fall off because of the wideout. So zone does not stop the back in the flat.
Timeout by Minnesota, 1 remaining. Amply has been a valuable guy out of the backfield today for the Vikings.
Always a shifty guy, a guy that can move and cut and juke. Not great speed, but a good football player. Darian Connor has come back in. He has replaced Smingy. He's back in with that ankle. They probably taped it. You can't worry about that ankle. We got 53 seconds. You got to go. Got to make a play. Of course, he's on Chris Hinton. If I had to make a play, I'd pick somebody else to play over. I wouldn't want to try to beat Chris Hinton, but here we go.
What a battle that's been all day long.
All day long. 2 guys that played on the same team together in Atlanta, Georgia.
There's Chris Hinton. Only 1 lineman remains from 2 years ago. This offensive line, Jerry, it's amazing how much change they've had, yet how good they have remained.
And changed 5 coaches.
Yes.
5 new coaches on the staff.
10th play of the drive for the Vikings. It began at their own 16. 53 seconds remaining. The Vikings have got to get into the end zone. That's where Moon goes. Incomplete for Jake Reed. The coverage by Jones. It'll be 2nd down. 47 seconds left.
That was a stand-up play. When that ball left Warren Moon's hand in the end zone, everybody in this stadium stood up. We got a shot on a catch, and we got a shot on an interception.
Very close.
Very close.
Very close.
Look at this throw, putting it right there. Got a left hand on it. Cornerback fighting for his life.
Warren Moon has attempted 55 passes. The next attempt will be a career-high 56. Down! Ronaldo Turnbull!
He's back. Everybody want to know where he was, Kevin. He's back.
Third sack today on Warren Moon.
Right off Stussy. Just ripped arm him. Boy, he hit him a good one.
Third down and 17 for Moon. Look at the time. Caught. Jake Reed, first down to the 16-yard line.
How about this quarterback?
The clock is ticking. We're down to 19. The Vikings have one timeout.
They do have a first down. They can clock it here. They can throw the ball down.
They lost a second after the timeout was taken. They should stick another second on there for Minnesota.
Warren Moon just got sacked the play before. Just got hit from the blind side. And watch the throw. Stays in there. Good protection. Moves around. Slides. Jump throw.
Lumpkin went for the body instead of the ball. He should have gone for the ball.
I don't know why that didn't stop the clock. Do you? They said the clock was still running.
I don't know why Warren Moon is putting some Carmex on his lips.
Don't worry about those lips now. I missed that one.
Dry mouth. Who doesn't have a dry mouth? A lot of them in the house today. 15 seconds left.
Look at Jake Reed at 157 yards.
How about this defense, Jerry, of the New Orleans Saints this afternoon?
There's Frank Warren III spilling his guts. Don't tell me I'm too old. He said he was great. He said he told the coaches and the players, the next guy that calls me an old man, I'm kicking his butt. And that includes the coaches. I looked at him, I said, you look pretty young to us.
How do the Saints have a couple more plays in them? Do they have 15 seconds worth of defense? Can the Minnesota Vikings get in the end zone and extend their 3-game winning streak? And will Warren Moon be the man to do it? First down and 10.
No timeouts for the Vikings. Everything has to be a pass.
Warren Moon, flag thrown, corner, no good, out of bounds.
Penalty.
Out of bounds, and a penalty flag thrown at the 16. The penalty will be on the Vikings. The catch was out of bounds. And the clock at 11 seconds.
It may be on the Saints. I saw a defensive man jump early.
The second foot was out of bounds, so the pass is incomplete. Offsides on the defense, lined up in the neutral zone, number 73. 5-yard penalty, repeat first down.
Big break for the Vikings.
Frank Warren, the guy we've been bragging on, playing hard, loves his son. Son's fighting leukemia. He's fighting for a win. There he jumps in the neutral zone.
Now to the 11-yard line. And 11 seconds left. Field goal no good for Minnesota.
Now you know why everybody worries when they play Warren Moon. It's not over with him in there.
First down and 5 from the 11 for Moon. Warren Moon. Ismail, touchdown. The Vikings have tied the game with 5 seconds left. And now Fuad Reveiz will try the extra point. He is 21 of 21 in PATs this year. The hold from Saxon. The snap from Morris. The Vikings have the lead. Minnesota 21, New Orleans 20. with 5 seconds remaining. What a tremendous job by Warren Moon.
The run after the catch. Full speed running. Great job after the catch. You're going to see him. Ishmael. There they are in the open field. Gets rid of the DB. Misses the tackle inside. Great job of running after the catch.
Jones was number 27. A free agent pickup.
Got to hit him inside out. Got to get the head in front. Had the arm in front.
What does a veteran like Warren Moon think of a game-winning play like that, or anything that will put his team on top? We talked to Jeff Christie the other day, the center for the Minnesota Vikings, who went head-to-head with Frank Warren most of today. Christie said that in a huddle like that, with the pressure building, the chaos reigning, that Warren Moon is the consummate professional.
Most calm. The most calm guy has been around. And you people back in New Orleans, you still be proud. Your team fought as hard as they could fight.
Vikings have won 4 in a row at home, 3 overall on the road and at home. And this team fighting off Chicago. Green Bay was winning in Milwaukee over Detroit.
Okay, this ball will be on the ground, and the Saints have to keep it alive. You got to play rugby in this thing. You got to keep pitching it and hope the last pitch goes in. You can't take the ball and run up in there, Kevin. Keep the ball alive. This is the play. The ball will be on the ground. You got a lateral and lateral.
Don't forget about number 33, Hughes.
For him to score, he's going to have to get it about the 4th or 5th guy.
Revays will kick off. 5 seconds left. Vikings by 1. They'll down it there. 3 seconds remaining. Derek Ned, 36, got it on the hop. Now for Jim Everett, what, 1 play?
All you got's a Hail Mary, and you can't throw a touchdown this far, so all you're hoping for is a pass interference.
Our Miller Lite player of the game, number 1, Warren Moon, a career high in attempts, 57. The last one of which was good for a possible game-winning touchdown.
420 yards.
That's phenomenal. He has thrown for over 520 in his career. Did it in Kansas City a couple years ago. But 420 is mighty big. Now the Saints with one last play. Everett's got the arm to let it all out. That's what he's going to need to do. They've actually put another second on the clock. We're down to 4, and this will be the final play of the ball game. And a sack, the second today by Roy Barker, puts an exclamation point on a Minnesota Viking win. The final score, the Minnesota Vikings 21, the New Orleans Saints 20. More after this. Warren Moon throws 420 yards worth of passes, the game-winning touchdown to Ismael. Our game today produced by Jeff Gowen, directed by